and we ain't never got to box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, you know the deal. We back again. Yo. A round of applause for Jersey's finest. A lot of content creators not worthy, but they minus. They get offended and start singing like the whiners. Talking like they tough, but it's only screaming and whining. My homie JusDueBoxing is the cat you don't come to. Your squad get run through. By the time you come to, you duck food. You suckers talk tough on the internet, revealing all your threats. Now we got you trapped in the net. JusDueBoxing be on this grind, y'all better hustle up. You deadlifted 90 pounds, we doing muscle ups. There's really no comparison. His voice sound like a derringer. Throwing a towel, it's just embarrassing. My dog Just very philosophical and psychological, and he mixed it all with good boxing news. These YouTubers feel like Bishop, I guess they got the juice, but it's lonely at the top to Just to feel like child abuse. Be respectful, he don't want to talk wild and loose. If you can't relate, you get dismissed like a mild dispute. These weird cats will tell lies that they hide the truth. Why beyond views? You lose your life when you collide with dude. It's JusDueBoxing. All you cowards quit jocking. Kirk is official with no other options. Yeah, yo. You know the deal. Judah Ben, we in the spot. JusDueBoxing, yeah.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the fam. How y'all feeling on this good Monday? We back to get boxing. It's JusDueBoxing. Y'all already know if you catch this on the playback, smash that like button, sub to the channel, turn them notifications on, and come rock out with your boy. What's good with y'all, man? How y'all feeling on this good Monday, man? Back to talk some boxing. We gotta build on this fight, at least what the aftermath is, man. It's a lot of mixed opinions and you know, a lot of people didn't like what they seen with Charlo. I'm one of them. So we definitely gonna talk about it. Like y'all know I always do. I don't tear the fighter down, but you're gonna get criticized for sure when you lay an egg like that. You know, you kind of crapped it bad, as they call it, man. It wasn't a good look. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of people just feel like you could have did a lot better than that. You know what I mean? You had more than that to offer. At least I felt like you did. But again, man, I wasn't the one taking the punches, so I understand. But at the same token, I've never seen him perform in that manner. You get what I'm saying? In a fight. Let me say what's up to the fam. Y'all punch that like button on the way in. Sub to the channel if you're new. We gonna keep rocking. Teach, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? Said Floyd back at it again. Canelo post-fight taking over the mic again. I think he did it at Charlo and Canelo joint too. D1, what it do, homie? How you feeling? He said he was highly disappointed. Yeah, man. 2 pay-per-views are disappointed for sure, man. Don't work too hard over there, D1. Appreciate you. Edgar Chavez jersey is in the building. The average summer. What's good with it, bro? Skywalker Boxing, my bro. What's good? LaMarcus, what it do, homie? Kello, what's good, bro? I give more credit to Canelo for what he did than what Charlo didn't do. I get that because, you know, simply put, Canelo made the fight what it was. You know, if Canelo would have put forth the same effort as Charlo, it would have been a stinker. No bull. We would have felt really robbed of our money for real. And it just wouldn't have been a good look. Charlo let me down, spent my money, and I got screwed over. Hey, man, Kello, that's again, bro. That's why we talking about this. And I know how I do. I got to always make it be clear that this is a no effort or attempt to slander him or tear him down as a fighter. He a hell of a fighter, which is why we feel the way we feel. We surprised by this, you know, not so much the outcome, but the performance in and of itself. Like, it just wasn't a good performance. You owed us more than that. No disrespect. Like, we had to pay to see you this time, bro. And we expected that lion type of energy. We expected, you know, I don't want to try to give him credit for not showing a certain type of energy in the press conference and leaving it all in the ring and keeping focus. But instead, it's like he respected him all the way up into the build-up. You get all through the press conferences. You get what I'm saying? All the way up into the fight, and you still respected him. Your respect for him never got put to the side, ever. Taking Charlo out of Texas and do Louisiana again. Oh, man. As Ram was good what he said, but Haney's the face of box. I heard a weirdo say, yeah, I heard that too. I heard it. Kello was good. He said, I'm glad I didn't bet any money on him. Yeah, I called it. I said he would lose, but I didn't think he would lose in this type of effort. You get what I'm saying? Salute to the queen, my baby girl, Miss Just Do. How you feeling, baby girl? Appreciate you stopping through. Skywalker said he expected a better fight too this weekend. Got good matchups. Curious to see the Smith and Zordo fight. Yeah, that should be a good, interesting fight. But yeah, man, let's get into this, man. So look, you know, I rock with Charlo heavy. You know what I mean? I was rocking with him. I still am. We just got to talk about this. Mike, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you sliding through. We gotta call it. We gotta keep it 100, and we gotta talk about what we seen or what we felt like we didn't see. You get what I'm saying? When it's all said and done, we know this man, Charlo. We always looked at him as a dog. You get what I'm saying? That's why when we heard that, you know, he was getting this fight instead of his brother, we like, all right, cool, because you know he on that. You get what I'm saying? He got the kind of energy. He gonna press. He been at least more active than his brother, right? So we like, yeah, you know what? Even though he jumping the weight classes, one thing we did know for sure is that his effort was going to be there, right? We knew his energy and effort was going to be there, and he was not going to lay down. He wasn't going to get in there and show too much respect. Like, we kind of felt like we knew these things about Charlo, and he showed us how wrong we was. So I'm not that disappointed in Mel. He did half of the game plan. I think we all understood that he had to move. He never threw as much. Derrick James won. He said in the post-fight interview, yeah, he said he should have stood his ground a little bit more. He said he should have came forward a little bit more and threw more punches. But, I mean, yeah, for sure. I get it. I get you, Teach. Like, I'm just disappointed in the effort standpoint. You get what I'm saying? Fate, what it do, my bro? How you feeling? I'm disappointed in the effort, not so much the results, but the effort that led up to the result. You get what I'm saying? And that's just me as a boxing fan. Like, I'm looking at Charlo like he one of them dogs. Like, if he gonna go down fighting. You get what I'm saying? That's all I'm thinking. And I just didn't really see that. He went down surviving. And when have you ever seen a JERMELL Charlo get in a ring, get in a fight, and not try to win? When have you ever seen it? So again, he got to understand where some of this heat and this criticism is coming from. It's not people just sitting back, being casuals and not knowing ish about boxing. It's us really, it's, you know, we breaking down what we felt like we seen or lack thereof, bro. We not new to this. We've been watching this dude for years, man. He didn't look right. He had way too much respect. What's good with it? Fate Dante Hall Boxing Talk. What it do, homie? Salute. It's easy for guys that never fought to say go broke, get knocked out. He felt the power. Hey, again. It is easy, right? But for me, it ain't that he had to necessarily go for broke, right? But are you satisfied with that effort, bro? All that, I'm a lion. When I get in there, the respect for him is going to go out the window. I didn't see that. So I'm disappointed that he didn't keep the same energy. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, it's easy to say go for broke and get knocked out. And I ain't saying that, but I'm saying that effort, that you can't win a fight of that magnitude with that minimal effort. You have so much more to offer, and I know you do. You get what I'm saying? This is the same Mel Charlo we've been watching since 54, man. He been one of them guys. He never got in a fight and not let his hands go. So it's new to us that we still trying to process what we feel like we seen. Mel looked nervous. Yeah, he did. I always seen him a lot of confidence in his fight scene. Word, yeah, something was on his mind. B-Dog, what it do? Facts, Skywalker, something was on his mind, bro. a little disappointed. I think some of the criticism you see is a little bit extra. That's why, B-Dog, you know, when you come over here, I'm going to kind of do it, and I'm going to be fair about it. You know it, right? I ain't going to slander him. I ain't going to tear him down. I'm going to just be very realistic. Like, and again, we as supporters of these guys, we can't be too soft on these dudes, right? But we don't got to go overboard and tear into him and make it seem like he ain't nothing. Like, I don't think he's soft and none of that. But I felt like from an effort and energy standpoint, he would have did more. He should have did more. You know what I mean? I understand why he did it, but if you're not going to try to win, why take the fight? That's where I'm at with it, Kello. And I'm just saying, based off what we've seen from an effort standpoint, an energy standpoint, a confidence standpoint, when have you ever seen a JERMELL Charlo lack confidence in the ring? You never seen it. It's different. You like, man, bro, nah, not you. Out of all the ones, man, not you, bro. This ain't Derrick Gear no more. We was praising that man, still rocking with him, but not the trainer of the year no more. And you know what? He's still a hell of a trainer, because in these losses, I'm hearing this dude give the right instruction. I'm just seeing the fighter unable to you know, answer the call. You get what I'm saying? He said, I bet my hard-earned money on Charlo, try to go out there and not try to lose me immediately. I'm telling you, bro. Right? No effort at all. Damn, you get what I'm saying, Mike? Yeah, man, y'all punch that like button. Rome, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? So if he didn't go all out, and again, I'm cool with it. Like, listen, I ain't saying I'm trying to. I try to level with. Like, I get Dante with it. He said, like, it's easy to say just go all out and get knocked out, but you ain't fighting. I get that, but you know, what is Charlo's energy? Like, how would you think he would respond if we didn't have this fight to go off, right? You would think any fight he get in, you're gonna see him from an effort standpoint go out there and try to get it, man. He just didn't do it. 10K, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? That's all K Causey, what it do? Big Dose, what's good, my bro? No channel questions. Salute, just do, man. Yes and no to the channel questions. Appreciate my bro. Big Dose, salute to you, bro. Think he overestimated the uphill battle he was in. It's possible too, Rome. It's possible. It's possible, man. Yeah, he should have used some of that energy to throw more, man. He should have. Ain't many gonna go get knocked out like Wilder and Spence. They got a different type of yeah. I feel you. But look, Dante, right before this point, right? We would have put him and Spence in the same type of dog category, right? In terms of getting in there handling business. He's that same type of dude. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying just go be reckless, get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? But again, the effort was so minimal that if he would have probably landed damn near all the punches he threw, he would have still lost. That's how crazy it was. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, you gotta just throw more. You got to, bro. He said it looked like a cub out of line. He got to do more, man. Came out that fight clean to Kello, clean, bro. 2 years off, 2 weeks up. I'm not surprised it went the way it did. Nah, he wasn't out 2 years though. He had some time up, but it wasn't a full 2 years. He didn't have a full 2 years out though. But it was definitely a layoff. Now again, this is where I level with him. The layoff, the broken hand coming off the injury, the jumping of the weight classes. I'm cool. Like, I get it that this wasn't going to be easy at all. I get it. But you came in there. I've never seen a Charlo fight where you came to survive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ram, I'm on that Nick Ball and Isaac Dog Bay. Appreciate you. I'm hip to it. You know what I mean? Kickball's tune with the kids. Look like Charlo was fighting his idol. That's all I'm saying. Look like he was fighting his friend, man. Look like he was fighting his friend, bro. Like he was fighting his friend that he didn't want to beat up or something, man. Skywalker Boxing, salute to my bro in that super chat. So hit that like button. Yes, sir. Smash the like button for you, bro. We're going to keep cooking. Damn, Ramos got robbed. Watched the fight twice. I had an 8-4. I get you. A lot of people feel like in that fight, the only area where Ramos kind of shot himself in the foot is letting up off the gas. And he had no reason to do that unless he was tired. And given his post-fight interview and his comments, he said he just wanted to show a different element, a different dimension to his game and not just come forward. So that would tell me he's not saying that he was tired. I felt like he was tired, is why he slowed down significantly. But he seems to feel like he just wanted to show another dimension to his game. So either way, I think that was a mistake on his behalf. And, you know, he picked the wrong time to kind of let up off the gas. And I think the lasting impression made a big impact on the scorecards for whatever reason. You get what I'm saying? But my initial thoughts, I thought Ramos won too. But that's the only thing I could say playing devil's advocate is why he may have lost, letting up off the gas. That showed his inexperience, and he essentially tried to fix what wasn't broke. what you was doing it wasn't broke. Why fix it? Why try to fix it? Why do something different when everything you've been doing up until this point has been working? You feel me? Like I ain't knocking him. I ain't saying I know what's best for him, but again, it's simple. It's easy. Like why go away from what you've been having a ton of success doing just to do something that limited your success and your activity? It's okay that you wasn't coming forward as much, but you wasn't throwing nowhere near as many punches either. So that's one would believe that you got tired down the stretch.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Salute to my guy Skywalker. It makes me not want to see Mel. Oh, absolutely not, Big Dose. Absolutely not. And from what I just read, I read an article today. They saying, you know, from what that article said, anything can happen, right? They saying Jamal is off the table now that JERMELL lost like that. So, I mean, Derek told him, did you come to fight or be a punching bag? You get what I'm saying, K? He was on him, bro. He was on him, bro. And again, I want to be very fair to Charlo. Y'all know me. Y'all know how I give it up. The difference between me, I got my criticisms, but I think they're fair and reasonable, right? I don't think I'm going into him and trying to question everything about his career. I don't think I'm trying to, you know, tear into his reputation and make it seem like he never was a lion. He never was that. Just on this particular night, last Saturday, he was not the lion that we known him to be. That's all. And I don't think that's unrealistic. Even he understand he had some shortcomings and there's some things that he should have did differently. And one of them, like I said, was come forward because he was the bigger man. You show way too much respect for this dude. And it was obvious. Was y'all paying attention to the amount of headlocks that he put Charlo in? Yo, Charlo 6 foot, this dude 5'8", he putting you in headlocks. Just think about that for a second. Just think about that. That's how he was fighting timid, yo. He wasn't fighting with the confidence that he typically fight with. And I understand that you got in there and, you know, the weight jump, you probably like, yo, I feel it in there. This dude hitting hard. I got to be smart. I got to be safe. I get it. But you can't win a fight that way. You get what I'm saying? You can't say that you went out there and did your best. That would be a lie, bro. That's not your best. And it ain't close to it. Because we've seen you. We've seen what your best is. You understand what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, bro. I rock with the dude. I'm going to keep rocking with him. A loss or 2, even 3 or 4 ain't going to change that. I'm going to continue to rock with Charlo. But just in this particular fight, you know, this is where my disappointment lies, right? And this is what brought me to that question. Did he cash out? No disrespect to him, but people got to keep in mind, this is a business. These people are not stupid. He understood the same way we understood that the minute that he stepped in the ring and got his name announced, that he was no longer undisputed. So even though he's saying he's definitely going back down to 154 to do what though? You get what I'm trying to say? You saying Crawford, but Crawford saying he don't want nothing to do with you. He ain't fighting you. You get what I'm saying? So look, you knew you wasn't going to be undisputed no more when you took this fight. You knew that. You knew that before we knew it. You knew what time it was. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't no surprise. So again, you seen opportunity to go get that bag, and that's what you did. And you can't be mad if people feel like, because from an effort standpoint, that's the evidence that people have this that suggests that you just didn't. You get what I'm saying? It's not that you didn't just go gung-ho and get crazy and get knocked out. I wouldn't expect you to, you know, be reckless and careless like that, because that's not you as a fighter, right? You're a smart guy, but I think you shortchanged yourself. Let me say it that way. He owed himself a better performance than that. The hell with the fans, right? For a second. Not the hell with us, but just put that on pause for a second. He owed himself a better performance than that, because he's better than that. That's where I'm going from. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to try to be as fair and as reasonable as possible. That man, simply put, Jermell Charlo is better than what he showed us against Canelo Alvarez. And I get it. It's Canelo, but he is still better than that. You get what I'm saying? That's where my, you know, little disappointment lies. But I don't got to notice. I ain't got to tear him down. But that's where my disappointment is at, that I know he could have did better than that. And that's why people are looking at it as a cash grab. You get what I'm saying? Don, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Aisha, salute to the queen. How you feeling today? You get what I'm saying? It just, I didn't like it, bro. I didn't like it. Ramos heard his dad say he was up like 6 rounds and decided to coast. Big mistake, B-Dog. Remember Oscar De La Hoya and Felix Trinidad? Remember what Oscar De La Hoya did at the end of the fight? Them championship rounds to try to coast. Did all that moving, lost the fight. Remember? Like, you get what I'm saying? That's the only thing I can say. That's just where his inexperience lied. He did not have to coast at all. And at all. He did not have to coast. And his trainers should have got on his ass the minute they seen him coasting. If you're not tired, you have no reason to coast. You don't coast in fights. You get people up out of there if you can. I think if he'd have stepped on the gas, he probably could have created a knockdown or possibly a knockout. You had the dude doing half the work for you. Respect the Lubin, but he kept backing up to the ropes, allowing you to get off. You get what I'm saying? You still wasn't able to close the show. You let him off the hook essentially, and you paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Flawless mentality, Dr. Mark. Salute to the OG, my brother. How you feeling today? Ramos got outboxed. I thought the commentating was awful. Me too. He came forward. Yeah, that's what he did most of his work at Kello, on the ropes, when he put his back to the ropes. Roger, what it do, homie? How you feeling? So it kind of messed up that Nick Ball got the Saturday slide over Shakur. Right. But I think Roger, it's intentional. Roger, the slot they got for Shakur and why they having the fight on that Thursday, it's intentional. It's with good intent. So hopefully everything goes the way they plan on it going, right. It should do well. It should be all right. He should be good. Ruben held him in. Yeah, and then they reset. You get what I'm saying, bro? It was frustrating to watch, though. Man, too many irons in the fire. I like that. Rome. Too many irons in the fire. I like that. Saturday added to that concern. Absolutely, Rome. I'm with you on that. I'm with you. And look, it's safe to say. Is it now safe to say that Derrick James could use a little bit of assistance? You get what I'm saying? As great as of a trainer, teacher, trainer he is, everybody need help. And he don't need help because he's lacking anything. He needs help because he's only one person. I don't think there's anything that he lacks as a teacher or a trainer, right? You get what I'm saying? I don't think that's the issue, right? I just think it's a matter of him only being one guy and only being able to be in one place at a time, right? It's only so much you can do being one guy. You get what I'm saying? Like that. Salute, fan. Bruce, Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Salute to the OG. How you feeling, Bruce? Ramos couldn't even get a punch off if he wasn't up against the ropes. Yeah, Big Dose. He wasn't effective. He wasn't effective center ring, and when Lubin kept his back off the ropes, he wasn't nowhere nearly as effective. Salute to the OG, Dr. Mark. He wasn't nowhere nearly as effective. Right, man. Right. Yeah, man. He's like he was fighting his idol. Stormy B, man. Salute to the sensei. How you feeling, OG? Class is in session, man. When you see the OG in here, class is in session. JERMELL had to start a new home at 160. Start building for yourself and the fans. I think so, too. I think the 154, he should scrap that because you're not the undisputed guy no more anyway. And I don't think you should play with your weight in that way. Stan Jones, what it do, homie? Look on Charlo face in the locker room, show me how the fight was going to play out. Hey, man. Listen, y'all know I give fighters the utmost respect over here. I mean this by no disrespect, but it looks like a cash grab. Why? Because you knew the minute that you took the fight, you already knew how it was going. You knew they was going. You knew they were stripping. You knew the minute they announced your name, you wasn't going to be the undisputed champion down there. You get what I'm saying? I don't think you dropping down to 54 and Crawford coming up there to fight you. I just don't see that. That fight is off the table, in my opinion, because Crawford just said it. You get what I'm saying? So it looks like a cash grab because of the way you fought, your energy level, your effort. You had more than that. Charlo is better than that. I'm going to keep saying it. People ain't going to go the route I'm going. But Jermall Charlo, you are a better fighter than what you showed yourself, your people, and all your fans, all your supporters Saturday night, bro. You have a lot more to give us than what you gave us, bro. We understand that man was punching hard. We understand you was coming off a layoff, jumping 2 weight classes. But you understood that as well. If anybody understood it, he understood that better than we did. So we get it that you was fighting an uphill battle, but you can't win an uphill battle not fighting. You at least got to fight. You have to. You can't stand there and let him have his way. When is y'all tell me something and let me know if I'm tripping. When the last time y'all seen Canelo Alvarez clearly outwork his opponent? Clearly. He outworked him. It was crazy. He clearly just outworked him. It wasn't even close, bro. The man wasn't throwing punches. You can't win like that and then say, I did my best. No, you didn't do your best because we seen you at your best. Castaño rematch, that's you at your best. Tony Harrison, that's you at your best. Rematch, that's you at your best. You in there against Canelo Saturday, that's you trying to survive. And I have never seen a JERMELL Charlo fight where that man got in there to survive and not get knocked out. Yeah, I'm a little frustrated by that. Because I expected the respect to go out the window once you got in the ring and for you to fight smart, but be assertive. You are the bigger man. You kept giving up your real estate, backing up. You wasn't comfortable at all. You was looking worried. You was overthinking. You wasn't shooting your shots with no confidence. I've never seen none of this from JERMELL Charlo. Yeah, that's frustrating to see, bro. He owed himself a better performance than that. He owed his family a better performance than that. You get what I'm saying? He owed his coach, Derrick James, a better performance than that. I'm going to just put the fans on hold for a second. I don't want to sound selfish, but you don't think that he deserved to go out there and really leave it in there? What did you think you was going to have to do to Canelo? Did you really think that that kind of performance could beat a guy of that magnitude? There's no way. And then you had people rocking with you, vouching for you, saying you was going to knock this dude out. Late. Thomas Hill, what it do, homie? How you feeling, bro? Kyle Sports, what it do, man? How you feeling? William Old School, my brother. How you feeling? Sparky Pete, what it do, man? Absolutely, Thomas. Absolutely, bro. I got you. Say no more. Mike Biggs, boxing, my bro. What it do, homie? How you feeling, my bro? Crawford need to fight Mel. Can't take credit for Canelo win. Absolutely. But you know what? We gonna talk about that. Sean Clark, my bro. How you feeling, Brody? Good to see you in the building. Jamal, that's a lot of respect in boxing community. Has to come out and give us something. Kello, that's all. We not throwing them away, y'all. We not bashing them, but we like, bro, that's gonna leave a sour taste in people's mouth. Can we at least be honest enough to say that? I think that's fair. I don't think that's unreasonable to say that kind of performance leaves a sour taste in people's mouth because they expected so much more from an effort and energy standpoint. It's okay if you lose, bro, but it's how you lose. And if you lose providing the least amount of effort, the least amount of resistance, come on, you let Canelo outwork you, bro. Canelo don't throw a lot of punches. You let him outwork you. He don't outwork guys. That was supposed to be you outworking him. Y'all the same age, but you younger in boxing. He got twice the fights you got damn near. Come on, man. You don't go in there and get that type of effort and expect you to win. You couldn't have possibly thought you was going to win. But you knew what your security blanket was, that big ass check on the back end. You can't do us like that. Safe travels on that road, OGs, to Stormy. Elijah versus, yeah, that was a great fight, Fate. That was a great fight, yo. That was a great fight. Grind Hard Sports Nation, what it do, homie? How you feeling, my bro? Quincy Carter, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Joe, what's good with it? Was Boots trainer said his pops or just one of his trainers? Nah, I didn't catch it, bro. So salute to the family in the building. Y'all punch that like button for me, man. Let me scroll to the bottom. Who that? My bro Ghost was good. He said, I need a refund. Man, it looked like he was in survival mode before the fight even started. Hey, bro, now that we on that, hey, Kaz, you want to know the minute I felt like that? You want to know the minute I really started feeling funny? When I seen, and me and my bro was talking about it, when I seen Mayweather in the locker room with him. I ain't seen no Charlo fight. I ain't seen no Mayweather fight where Charlo was in the back room. Maybe I missed it or I don't remember it correctly. Y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. But what was the point of Mayweather being in Charlo, locker room? What was that for? What was the point of that? Like, and then that look he had on his face, he had a look of not the confident Charlo that I know. That's all I'm saying. I was looking at his face. I didn't see the guy that really felt like he could win this fight. And that's the look on his face with the energy. He was calm and all that, but then when you got in the ring, you seen that he was a bit nervous. He looked worried. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to say scared, but he looked worried, bro. He looked a little worried. Mr. Empire, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Yeah, man, that performance, it disappointed me, man. Ashley's Corner, what it do, Cuzzo? How you feeling? Man, it left a sour taste in my mouth because I know Charlo was better than that. And can't nobody tell me, you get what I'm saying? Right. It's how you lose. Facts, Cuzzo. You could have did better than that. Don't tell me you can, bro. You're a better fighter than that. To remind him to follow the script. Right. You get what I'm saying? No, bro. Like, why would you be in there? Salute to Quincy Carter. Appreciate you in that super chat. Salute.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Salute to my brother Sean Clark in that super chase. I ain't saying Mel lay down. He wasn't as fast as he usually is at 54 and wasn't able to adjust on the fly. He abandoned the jab, though. Absolutely. And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due. Salute to my bro Sean. Appreciate you. I'll say this. Sellouts could get the I'm telling you, bro. And hey, OG, tell me, man. Talk to me, man. Oh, well, y'all know you driving. Let me what you thinking? Am I tripping? Ricky Williams, my bro, what's good with it, Rick, man? See, I gotta talk to me. I'm about to drop the link. Those punches were hurting. He wasn't just ready for that power respect, man, for daring to be great. And I'm with you, Aisha. I'm with you. And y'all know I don't tear the fighters down, right? I'm just expressing my disappointment with the lack of effort, right? You can't win a fight like that. You get what I'm saying? And I felt like all of that studying of Canelo that you did, I get it. You get in there, it's a little different. He hitting a little bit harder. But I feel like that was stuff he was supposed to expect, right? But he was sitting up here saying he hit harder than Canelo. That's what's going to be you get what I'm saying? And I felt like he was saying those things because he believed it. I don't think he was selling us the fight when he did that, when he was saying that, right? Oh, I hit harder than Canelo. Like that's going to be the surprise. No, it wasn't. The surprise was that you didn't give us nearly the effort that you normally do. And I want to be very clear. I don't think that's me tearing him down, right? I just know he's better than what he showed us on the night. I know it. You get what I'm saying? He was nervous, bro. It seemed like he was worried about something. You get what I'm saying? And I get it. I think the power, I think the weight was a challenge for him in and of itself. I believe the layoff could have played a factor as well, but then he didn't leave it all in there. And I ain't saying be reckless, careless, and go get knocked out, bro. But you have to try harder than that, Charlo. You just give us what you've been giving us. You get what I'm saying? Listen, y'all, I'm being as fair as I can. Just give us what you've been giving us from an energy and effort standpoint. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying you got to go out there, dominate them. I ain't saying you got to win every round. I ain't even saying you had to win. But that effort, that performance doesn't get you close to beating that guy. It won't. Like, again, you allowed him to outwork you, outthink you, outmuscle you. He put you in several headlocks. You was very accepting of the headlocks. He was stiff arming you, putting his forearm in your face. Like you was looking at the ref to separate y'all. I'm like, bro, what? Like, yo, where's this? Yo, get him off you. Like, you ever seen somebody, like you seen Canelo lift people up off their feet when they put him in that position? Canelo is 5'8", listed at 5'8". Charlo's listed at 6 feet, and he was putting a 6-foot guy in headlocks. Like and he was accepting it. He was letting it happen. I'm like, bro, what? Nah, Charlo, man. I respect all fighters. I never tear no fighter down. I know he's better than that. How? Because I watched him. I watched him through the bulk of his career. I watched him. He always come with that umph. This is why we felt like he had. Just to make a point, y'all know I'm not being too hard on him, because what is the reason why we felt like he had a chance to win, other than his skill set and his the talent and skill set, right? It's his energy and effort, because we knew Charlo would what? Not respect him once he got in the ring. This is what we felt like we knew. We felt like we knew this. But when he got in there, I seen nothing but respect. I seen a ton of respect. Like, bro, man, I'm like, dude, you cannot beat him giving up the real estate like that. You can't beat him going backwards. You got to push him back, unless you're going to box like Floyd. And we all know you're not that kind of boxer, and we don't expect you to be. But damn it, you can't move that much with that limited offense and think that that's going to get you over the hump. That's just going to lead people to think that you're surviving, bro. That's what it looked like. D Free, what it do, Brody? How you feeling? I just didn't, listen, I rock with Charlo. I'm still gonna rock with him. Just this one performance, I'm just a little salty. You know what I mean? Cause I know he could have did better. He owed himself and his family a better performance than that, and he should know that. He owed Derek James a better performance than that. He could have did better than that on any day of the week. I really feel like that, and I get it. The challenges that he was facing, but it's like, nobody, if we understood what he was up against, then he should have understood, because he's the one in it, right? So again, like when you applied yourself the way he applied himself in the ring from a strategy standpoint, like that's not a confident guy. That doesn't show me that you're confident. The way you was carrying it in there, you was, you know what I'm saying? You was allowing him to really have his way. I can't get over the fact that you were thoroughly outworked by Canelo Alvarez, a guy that fights in spurts and don't outwork nobody. You gotta think, man, John Ryder survived, but he busted up Canelo's nose. Right. I think John Ryder was a little bit more acclimated to take those punches from them heavier guys too. I have to look and double check that, but I think that could have been a probably was more respect. It was reverence, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, bro, Rick, it was like I was getting the feeling like he felt like he couldn't win. Nah, he didn't get no rounds, Ghost. He didn't get no rounds. They both landed one punch. They both landed one punch in the first round. He can't even get that round. That's an even round to me. That's a swing round. And from round 2 to 12, it was all Canelo. It was all Canelo. Bro, what's good with it, girl? How you feeling, man? Yeah, he showed too much respect, bro. You know what I mean? And I rock with him. I'm going to keep rocking with him. Again, this is why people feel like it was a cash out, because you went in there and fought. like you didn't care. You get what I'm saying? Like Derrick James repeatedly was on your helmet. I got you, D-Free. He was repeatedly on your helmet telling you to do the right things, and you just wouldn't perform, bro. You just wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it, bro. And I'm just like, man, that's crazy. I'm like, man, I understand it. Joe knew he wasn't going to win. The first punch Canelo threw, and he felt that power, took his heart. Yeah, hey, bro, he did, yo. He did. Miss Joe ass, salute to the queen. How you feeling today? If he stood there and fought, he definitely would have got knocked out. Right. Yeah, definitely not a 68-pounder, right? But again, Quincy, this is why I say, listen, I respect the daring to be great, right? I respect that. I truly do. But listen to what Derrick James said. He said something very, very interesting. He said, I don't like that phrase, that term, that daring to be great, because that sounds like you're coming to lose. And who kept saying they was daring to be great? Who, after the fight was over, said they dared to be great? Derrick James wasn't using that term because he don't like it. He said, we're coming to win a fight. And that's all I'm saying. The energies was different. Derrick James was training and coaching this guy to win a fight. Charlo's body and what he was responding with was fighting to survive and not get knocked out, which would lead to people feeling like it was a cash grab for you, bro. They feel like you cashed out. You get what I'm saying? They feel like you cashed out. Y'all dudes be talking about money too much, and then you take these you get these opportunities, the biggest fight of your life, and you put up the most minimal effort. And listen, I get the 2 weight classes, I get the layoff, I get the broken hand that he was coming off. I get it. I really do. But I still know Charlo had more than that. You could see it in his body. He ain't take a hell of a beating. He ain't get it, man. It could have been a lot worse. And you got people talking about hardcore boxing news. Salute to you, bro. How you feeling, Jay? You got people talking about he's back. He's better than ever. You know, he looked like the Canelo of old. No, he don't. No, he don't. No, he do not. No disrespect. The only reason he looked the way he did Saturday night is because he was in there with an opponent that offered the minimal resistance, very little resistance. That's why he was able to look that way. I'll be impressed when somebody is actually fighting him back and he's able to perform at a level where he's able to dominate. Bro, yo, we would consider Charlo an elite fighter, right? Name an elite fighter that Canelo Alvarez dominated in 12 zip. Name one. Please, y'all. Please name me one elite fighter that Canelo Alvarez 12 zip. That's why I'm the least bit concerned. The man didn't win a round, and it's not like you were completely in over your head where from a skill standpoint, you just could not compete. That's not the case. Your effort was lacking. Your confidence was lacking. The Charlo that I know that be ready to tear somebody's head off in the ring with that I didn't see that. I didn't see it at all. I didn't see it for a whole 12 rounds. That's very concerning to me. That tells me you were worried about something. I understand that the power might have been a little bit much for you. I get it. I'm not tearing you down, but I just don't like the effort that you gave us. I know you better than that, bro. I know you are. North London, what did it do? Charlo won his payday, even Ryder. And yeah, man, Ryder did a better job. No disrespect. Ryder just did a better job. He did, yo. Does anyone think maybe he felt Canelo's power and got scared and didn't want to get knocked out? Yeah, I don't want to say that he was scared. I think he was reluctant. I think the power kept him honest and made him keep his hands in his pocket. And I think he did a lot of the things that I say he couldn't do if he wanted to win this fight. And I said this before, Canelo throws hard early. What did he do with Charlo? He landed something of note early that Charlo felt. He said it. He even said it. He felt it early, and he tamed him. Once Canelo tames you, he got you right where you want. Right where he wants you. Very rarely you're going to win a fight once that taming process takes place. And taming, by that, I mean, when he lands a shot, if he got you second guessing yourself and now you're not fighting with the same confidence that you typically fight with, now he got you right where he wants you. He can bluff when he want. He could come forward, not throw punches when he want. He can fight in his spurts when he want. And that's exactly what you're saying. He fought to his pace the entire fight and met with minimal resistance. He was able to do whatever he wanted. If he wanted to put Charlo in a headlock, put him in a headlock. Yeah, I'm 5'8", you 6 feet, but I'm gonna put you in the headlock and have you bent over looking crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna have you in the corner, put my forearm all in your chin and your throat, and while you sit here and look for the ref to get me up off you. That's what was concerning. I ain't seen no aggression at all. I ain't see it in the build up. I ain't see it in a fight. I just didn't see that oomph. I ain't see that confident Charlo. I ain't see that JERMELL Charlo that we used to seeing. That's all. know what I'm saying? I'm still rock with him, y'all. But this one just left a little salty taste in my mouth. You know what I mean? Giving Bud another reason not to take the fight he said he wanted. Man, yo. I'm telling you, can't pick up any fans with that performance. Absolutely not. I wonder how he'll be received going forward. Probably won't be a draw with that performance, man. He gonna have to come back and you know, do something special, man. Real talk. Charlo took a knee on the temple shot. If that would have landed on the chin, it's night Nancy. Yeah, now that was smart though, to take the knee. It was smart to take the knee. You know what I'm saying? And I always respect a guy trying to, you know, chase greatness and things like that. But the way I would assess it, if I see that your energy is not where it typically is, and your confidence, I'm gonna try to understand as best I could from the outside looking in. Good, I know, I get it. He's strong. You get what I'm saying? He crafty. He experienced. Like, I get it. It's some things to worry about. But you knew all of that going into the fight. You knew all of that. You knew that. You knew it. But you fought like it was all a surprise to you once you got in there. That's the part that got me tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man, I know you better than that, Charlo, and I'm gonna keep saying it because that's what you showed me more times than not. You showed me how you respond in big fights. You showed me this. You get what I'm saying? That's all. I just wanted the same energy that you typically show us. That's all I wanted to see, bro. I ain't need to see nothing different. Y'all get what I'm saying? I ain't need him to go out there and reinvent himself and be a whole different guy. I ain't even need the trash talking in the buildup of this fight. I didn't need it. But I needed JERMELL Charlo to be present in that ring with that Lions mentality and that energy that he always got against anybody he's been in the ring with. That's all. You get what I'm saying? Therefore, you fight like that. You put an effort up that people can respect. And if you lose, they like, all right, you get what I'm saying? Well, look, he went out there, he tried, he did his absolute best. And we was able to see that just from from my vantage point. I can't walk away from the fight feeling like you tried your absolute hardest. You get what I'm saying? Trying your absolute hardest don't mean being reckless and going out there getting knocked out. But it's an effort and energy. It's a confidence that all of that stuff was absent. You've never seen those things with a Charlo fight. Neither of the guys. You get what I'm saying? Mel is always on that. He always up for a challenge. And that's all this was at the end of the day. It was a challenge. It was an uphill battle. Yes, but this is what you in it for, bro. This is what you in it for. This is what you said. Shelton, what it do, OG? How you feeling? Said Charlo cashed out, bro. He quit. People feel like he cashed out, and this is why, because the energy wasn't where it needed to be. And we fought the John Ryder. I'll say this, cuzzo, he was a little sharper. I'll say, I think he fought. He put out a more consistent pace. I'll say that Canelo did. I think he looked a little fresher to me. But it's still, again, I think the reason he looked the way he did is because when you got a guy that's not really offering much and did in 12 rounds in 36 minutes, that your opponent was unable to give you anything to think about. He had no reason to hesitate. You get what I'm trying to say? And he lucky that he had some type of respect for him, because he could have went all out and really pressed it. The way that, you know what I mean, he was so inactive in spots that if Canelo really would have ramped it up, if he was a guy that threw a lot of punches, Charlo would have been in trouble, man. Charlo would have been in trouble. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, that's EJ ain't quit, man. He fought to the end, man. And look, I still think he a lion. I still think he a dog. I still think he a hell of a fighter. You get what I'm saying? I'm not like everybody else. I'm not going to shit on all his performances. I ain't even trying to shit on this one. I'm just saying I know a Charlo can do better than that. You get what I'm saying? Miami Kid Jay, what it do, homie? Think a bug goes up, he will meet the same fate. Absolutely. So Skills, Mr. New Orleans in the flesh, walked in for legacy, exit happiest loser I ever saw, content by not getting KO'd. And that just leaves a bad taste in people's mouth. You can't do that buckle up boxing talk. What it do, homie? So quit playing. He said he quit. I feel you. Look, I always try to be reasonable to the guys. I just felt like his effort wasn't there. You get what I'm saying? I feel like he felt something early. DK, what it do, homie? I felt like he felt something early and he couldn't perform the way he typically does, man. And he was worried. It was too much on his mind. Again, man, I've never seen Charlo lack confidence, y'all. That's all. I'm a little shell shocked by it. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, you can't tell me that you expected him to go out there and like really, leave you feeling like he didn't leave it in there, right? Charlo leave it in there. And that's all I'm asking as a boxing supporter of his, to just, give us what you typically give us. And if that came with a loss, so be it. We'd still be right here rocking with you, just like I'm still right here rocking with you now. And like I said, I'm not going to tear him down as a fighter. I just think this performance, he just didn't have it. You get what I'm saying? I felt like Derrick James was telling him the right things and trying to do everything to light a fire up under him. You get what I'm saying? And he just, I think he was worried. I think he was like, he felt that the power of Canelo, and he was like, hey, man, I got to be extra cautious, right? And I understand that. P. Hunter would have do. I understand it, but I just didn't expect that, the power to be so much of a factor that he wouldn't let his hands go at all and really try. Like, that's part of it. You got to fight, bro. And the great ones do. And I looked at him as a damn good fighter, elite level talent. You get what I'm saying? The great ones do. You're not the first guy to fight somebody with some power. You get what I'm saying? Like, you just got to know how to deal with that. Get what I'm saying? I felt like you good defensively. It's things you could have done, but again, how you gonna abandon the jab? Like, Charlo abandoning the jab? Do that even sound like that makes sense? Keep it real, y'all. When have you ever seen it? I get it. You ain't gonna throw 4, 5, 6 punch combinations and be all gung-ho, right? But I at least expected some type of consistency with some part of your offense. I seen no consistency on no level. I seen a guy that was really worried about everything that was going on in there. Like, and it's like Derrick James was talking to him, but the words was falling on deaf ears. It was like it wasn't even going in one ear and out the other. It was just going completely over his head because he was so preoccupied with what I think Canelo was bringing. His focus, a big part of his focus was like, yo, not getting caught with the wrong shot, getting knocked out. He said, yo, this was the first time that he got hit with a shot where he felt woozy. You get what I'm saying? Earl, the True Spence Jr. fan page. What's good, my bro? Appreciate you pulling up. I'd rather see Charlo knocked out than give an uninspired effort. Right. And listen, I get it, y'all. I don't want to sound like no casual dude sitting at home from my couch saying, he should have just went for broke and got knocked out. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you can do a lot better. And I know that. Felix Nunez, what it do, homie? Sire the ruler. What's good, bro? How you feeling? Andre will show how you do, smoking on the monster. And after that, yeah, man, I can't wait to see that too, man. I'm more disappointed in Charlo's performance than Errol Spence Jr. performance. Charlo was 100% healthy. That's true. That's true. Hen dog, what it do, family? How you feeling? That hook to the body told Charlo it wasn't night. It wasn't his night in round 2. Yeah, my pops see the cover because he looked down in his last second. Oh man, yeah, man. I listen. I picked Canelo to win. So I'm not surprised by the win. Gertz, what it do, homie? I'm just surprised by the lack of effort, right? I don't want to keep repeating myself, but again, this is why people are now today feeling like it's a cash out. Because you knew you weren't going to be undisputed. You knew the minute they announced your name, you was no longer undisputed. Now, if you go down to 54, what are you really fighting for? The remaining titles? Without that last piece, do that even make sense? Now, do it make sense to jump up 2 weight classes, go take a challenge, then jump back down to 2 weight classes and go fight and not even be undisputed? I don't even see how that makes sense. And I don't even know. And to be perfectly honest with y'all, like, he can pull that Crawford card all he want. If Crawford is clearly saying he don't want to fight you, then that's not a fight that's on the table. Obviously, it take 2 to tango. If he's saying he's not interested because of how you look, then that's another reason why people are feeling like it's a cash out. You know he don't want to fight you after seeing the way you look. So you went and took the biggest bag, biggest opportunity, and you put up the most minimal effort of your career. So that's why people are questioning you today. And I want to be very clear that I'm just keeping it on this performance. Like, I've never seen this from Charlo. Bole, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? I've never seen this from Charlo, and I never want to see him perform like this again, bro. Amir Khan fought Canelo harder, and he was winning every round, Jay, until he got stopped. Every round until he got stopped. And again, I'm glad you said that. Appreciate my bro Jay Hardcore adding that. Now, look, I get it. Different. What did he pull? He pulled Amir Khan up a weight class or something for sure. Amir Khan should have never fought him, right? But did you see the effort and energy Amir Khan had, right? He was letting his hands go. He was tearing Canelo ass up. He was punching it. You get what I'm saying? He was lighting him up all the way up until until Canelo sent him to the sunken place, bro. You get what I'm saying? And I understand every fight is different, but that's all I'm saying. Just effort. I just need to see that you really in there trying to figure it out. You get what I'm saying? And I just didn't get that feel. I ain't gonna sit here and say he didn't do it, but I didn't get that feeling from my seat watching the fight. You get what I'm saying? And I was keyed in, and I'm like, bro, damn, bro, you can't win. You can't beat him like this. Fender Bender, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Appreciate you stopping through. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button for your bro, man. Jose Diaz, what it do, family? How you feeling? Yeah, he said he's worried about that paycheck. He knew that was secure. Michael White, what it do, homie? Coach Amber, salute to the queen. Appreciate you stopping through. All things, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Rick Timms, my bro, what's good with it, family? How you feeling, bro? King of 47, what it do, homie? Salute to my bro Sean back in the super chat. He said the most lateral movement and leg work I've ever seen out of Charlo. If he let his hands go, he might have stole a few rounds. That's all we saying, right? I talent-wise, I know that the way it looked, that JERMELL Charlo and Canelo Alvarez is not a 12-zip fight, and no stretch of the imagination, right? The talent level is not that much of a gap. Even if y'all want to say Canelo is the better fighter, cool, no argument there at all, right? But the gap is not that wide where it's a 12-zip gap. The only reason, in my humble, honest opinion, respectfully, that he got 12 zipped, because that's what that looked like to me. The only it was an effort stand. You can't win. Show me a round where he actually put something together and really for 3 minutes. You get what I'm trying to say? That's not asking for too much. That's not asking for too much. Asking him to go out there, dominate, look the best he's ever looked in his career, jumping up 2 weight classes, coming off the layoff, that would be asking for too much. But asking you to put together a couple 3-minute rounds where you putting together consistent offense, where you showing us, look, I'm trying to win. I'm in here with the better guy. And even although you might have been in there with a better guy, he ain't that much better. He ain't 12 rounds to zip better than you. Nobody is going to convince me that Canelo Alvarez is 12 rounds to zip better than JERMELL Charlo. I refuse to believe that. And again, you put out a different energy and effort, I think you get a different result. Even if you come up short, I think a lot of people, we've seen tons of people take a loss and get just as much respect as the winner. You get what I'm saying? It's all how you go out. It's all how you go out. Salute to my bro Sean, man. You couldn't be more right. You could have stole a few rounds. Just putting them hands together. That's all. Just letting them hands go a little bit more. Being more confident in the offense and the work that y'all put in the gym. Y'all put a lot of work in, bro. Y'all put a lot of work in to get this fight. I know you was in the best shape you could have been in with the circumstances provided. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you was. So it's just, I didn't see a guy that believed in the work that he put in. I didn't see a guy that was believing in himself. That was the first time I seen a Charlo lack confidence. I've never seen it.
And
before.
we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Yeah, 12 to zip. You feel me? Cuz he ain't 12 to zip better. Charles trades his name too. He's still a lion, y'all. He's still a lion. Much respect to him, and I hope I'm being clear with my criticisms and my opinions on him. Like, I'm not, tearing into him. I don't think he's less of a fighter or nothing. He's not 12 zip better though. Not 12 zip, bro. Not 12 zip. You get what I'm saying? I'm cool with whatever, but dude, get a couple rounds in. You get what I'm saying, Charlo? You are good enough. There's nobody. He's skilled enough, in my opinion, to win rounds against anybody he get in the ring with. To be able to win some rounds. I ain't saying you had to win the fight, but just the effort. You know what I mean? You could have won us over with your effort. You get what I'm saying? How many times you seen somebody put it all in there and lose, and you be like, damn, yo, I rock with him. I rock with him because we know that he went in there and he tried his absolute best. He couldn't do it. You get what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. And it was some reservations there. There's no way in your mind you can think that you're going to win a fight of that magnitude, putting out that minimal effort. I just can't. I can't stress that enough. That's my biggest criticism of the fight. The effort and energy and the absence of confidence. That's concerning. This Charlo we talking about. The one that bite heads off, man. The one that kick up, man. This is the one. That's little big Charlo, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That's the guy. Yeah, we ain't asking for him to do nothing. We ain't seen him been doing. That's all. We wanted to see him go out there and not look like you cashed out. Not let people be able to push these stories that you cashed out based on the circumstances surrounding your career right now. Like, cause what you gonna do now? A Crawford fight? I don't see it. I'm happy. Yeah, listen, P. Hunter, get your money, right? Right? Get your money. I always want to see dudes get their money, especially if you're taking punches to your face for a living, bro, right? But you know what the crazy thing is, P. Hunter? In order for him to get his money, P, he had to get our money. In order for Charlo to get his money, he had to get our money. So that's why I feel like we can have an opinion and feel passionate about it, you know. And again, I ain't got to tear into him, right? But we had to pay to see him, and that's not your money's worth. You get what I'm saying? It's not about the win. My support for these fighters go deeper than the win or loss inside the ring. I don't care about that as much as I care about them really standing on business and always being who they say, being your true self. Charlo just wasn't himself. That wasn't Charlo in there. Get what I'm saying? That was a version of Charlo in there, but that wasn't the JERMELL Charlo we know. He was in there with a high caliber of opponent. I get you said this is normal for Charlo. Just not that inactivity. You get what I'm saying? Not that inactivity. He said that was JERMELL Kovalev in the ring. His stock went down for the casuals that doesn't know who he was. It's possible. He said, pussy guys only give us Pitbull versus Carmel. Woo. That's why I say, yeah. Nah, I get you, P. I'm with you though, bro. I'm with you. I'm glad he got some bread. I'm glad he, you know, able to set himself up outside the sport and things like that. But you know, it happened at our expense, for real. Like, we all contributed to him being paid. Now, I ain't saying we the sole purpose, right? But he can't get paid if we ain't supporting it, and we all supported it, and we all was behind him 100%. You get what I'm saying? So I just, you know, I expected a different effort from the dude. You know what I'm saying? I ain't expect to feel like, you know, he survived. That's tough. You get what I'm saying? Charlo is much better than that, bro. He's much better than that. He said, just expecting more. That's all, Will. You know what I'm saying? Much respect to this man for going up there and taking that challenge off a layoff, coming off an injury, no acclimation to the weight classes, skipping the entire weight class and going to the next one. Like, I get it. It's tough as hell. You get what I'm saying? It's tough as hell. I understand that. That's why if y'all hear me, if y'all notice, my focus and my critique and criticism is not based on the fact that he lost. I don't even care about that. It's just the results that led up to why he lost. You get what I'm saying? The process and how he lost, like what took place that led up to how he lost. Like, I just, you know, that's tough. But again, I think it was a tough challenge. I think he felt the experience, the craftiness, you know what I mean? I think he had too much respect. That's just my honest opinion. I think too much respect was given to Canelo, and he wasn't able to turn that switch off once he got into the ring. I think he was so respectful throughout the whole entire build-up that it's like a piece of him forgot that, hey, man, you actually got to fight this dude. It's okay to give him his praise. It's okay to build your opponent up, right? Because it would be stupid to tear your opponent down that you're fighting. And if you beat him, you want people to respect you for the win, right? So I'm cool with you not tearing him down. You get what I'm saying? And building him up a little bit, saying how you respect him and he great. But again, you were supposed to turn that off once you got in that ring and show him that you great. You get what I'm saying? Show him that you great, but I'm great too. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to see. That's all I wanted to see. He didn't change levels at all. That's the way he lost. And the things he didn't do, right? Absolutely, hen dog. Absolutely, bro. So hell, now he cashed out, and it appears that way because of the circumstances, right? Like, I don't know who really expects him to go back to 54, but that's going to be risky playing with your weight in that manner. And I would hate to see a Roy Jones type situation. Like, you jump up and weight and jump down and weight and then go fight. That's a lot of strain on the body, and that's just being real. So if he go all the way back down to 54, salute to him. I'm still going to support him. I think that's going to be risky. It's going to be tough. I don't know what's next for him because obviously it ain't the Canelo rematch that he was hoping he'd get if he beat him the first time, right? And obviously with the way he performed, you got, you know, Terence Crawford. You know, I got word that Terence Crawford left out the arena, you know, from watching the fight, like in the 10th round. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I got a clip from Terence Crawford. Y'all smash that like button for your bro, man. We're going to keep cooking. I got a little clip from Terence Crawford. We're going to see what he had to say. Man, but I ain't see anything different from Canelo in this fight. Nah, that's what I'm saying, P. I agree. He didn't make him. He didn't offer he didn't offer up the kind of resistance that would really show us if Canelo was a different version of himself, right? And I think that's being very fair. I understand some people feel like, hey, he back. I will say this, he fought more consistently throughout the rounds than I've seen in recent memory. But I feel like a lot of that, you know, some of that was because he prepared for it. And I feel like some of that was because that's what Charlo allowed. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, if I'm in a fight with you and you haven't given me one solitary thing to hesitate, to second guess myself, how is that fight going to look? It's going to look very dominant. If you haven't provided me with any level of resistance that will make me hesitate and stop what I'm doing in the slightest bit, you get what I'm saying? How are you going to stop me? How are you going to win that fight? That's all I'm saying. That 12 zip thing got me bugging, man. He ain't no 12 zip better. I'm going to keep saying it. That man is not 12 zip better than him. He is not. Undercard boxing, my bro. What's good with it, family? How you feeling, bro? He said Canelo simply beat an unwilling 54-pounder. We're going to get into that too, man. We're going to get into that. So I'm not overly impressed. No disrespect. I'm taking nothing from his victory, but we're going to get into that because that too is another aspect of things, right? That too is another aspect of this. This is Bud Crawford. This is something he had to say. Like I told y'all, the fight could have still possibly been going on, y'all, and he walked out. He walked out already because he was like, yo, this dude, he losing. He came to survive. You get what I'm saying, Edgar? Like, this is my guy. I'm gonna keep rocking with you. And again, when you truly support somebody, you can't be afraid to tell them that they didn't get it done. And it's not like, oh, you lost, you let us down. It's not that type of energy. It's like, I don't care what you say, Charlo. I can say this to his face as a man, as a supporter of his. Hey, man, I know you could have did better than that, bro. I know you could have. I know you better than that. He ain't 12 zip better than you. And I don't care what nobody's saying. Nobody gonna convince me that. You get what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at with it. We can't be to the point where we can't be real about what you saw and what you felt like you saw. I ain't passing my opinions off as facts, but I'm just giving y'all my honest take on what I seen the dude. He never fights that way. You get what I'm saying? Charlo and lack of confidence don't even go in the same sentence together. They don't even go in the same conversation. Lack of confidence is something that never comes up when you're talking about a JERMELL Charlo, ever, because you've never seen it. The man is always confident. You get what I'm saying? But this is Bud Crawford, y'all.
Man, Charlo gave him too much respect, man. Too much. He didn't fight his fight.
You feel like he was already scared going into the fight? Like he was already defeated?
I don't know if he was scared or not, but, you know, Canelo did a tremendous job in there. He did what he had to do. Man.
You see, well, that was short and sweet. Nah, he even said it himself. He don't know if he was scared, but he said some more things too. He just felt like he got in there to survive. He didn't even try in there, and he kind of felt like he laid down. You get what I'm saying? You fought him like you was in awe with the guy that was in front of you. Like, think about something, y'all. You got people that heavily criticize Caleb Plant for asking this dude in the middle of the fight, I'm better than you thought I was, huh? For 21 fights or whatever he said to him, right? People heavily criticize Caleb Plant, and Caleb did fairly well in that fight and took him to the 11th round. He did damn good. I know Charlo ain't get knocked out, but Caleb left it in there. Why didn't we have a problem with Caleb Plant being knocked out and losing to Canelo Alvarez? Because we know he got in there and tried. He did not lay down. He did not, yo. He actually tried. He was doing damn good. He was boxing this dude. You get what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Caleb Plant is a dog, and so is Charlo. And that's all I wanted to see, that dog. You get what I'm saying? That dog that we know Charlo got up in him, bro. I mean, that same dog that he always show. That's all. You know what I mean? But let me get to something else too. I got something else in here too, man. I got another clip. This is Charlo. What Charlo was talking about right here. At his moment to shine, going up against Benavidez. Weak performance initially. Yeah, I know that man could have did better. You know what I mean? And he should demand better from himself, because he's better than that. You get what I'm saying? He's simply better than that. Would JERMELL ever fight Jamal at 160? He better not ever fight your brother. You know what I mean? You better not ever let the business do you like that. Had you in there fighting your brother Elijah already has a lot of power for just a 20-year-old. Yeah. Elijah Garcia did his thing. I was impressed with his performance, man. With his offensive display. You know what I'm saying? He showed flashes of defense, but he showed inexperience and he fought with too much bravado and he took way too many unnecessary shots and he stood in the fire way too long, which then in turn allowed dude to land several unnecessary shots and big shots. He was taking some big shots. And that's like the third fight in a row that I've seen from Elijah Garcia where he got his nose busted up pretty good. And I know it's a fight and, you know, people get their nose bust all the time, but it's just something obvious that I see because he be taking a lot of straight shots to the face. You know what I mean? And he's standing in the fire too long. He's too willing to exchange and brawl when he has the height and the length to be able to box at range. And when you seen him do it, in spots, he was very successful shooting them shots straight down the pipe, landing, knocking Resendez back, knocking them all balanced, staggering them. Like, you get what I'm saying? So he still got a lot to learn. I think once he is, you know, understand his distance and range better, I think you'll see, you know, more clean performances from him. You get what I'm saying? I think if that's something that he works on, that's an area where he improve. I think you'll see him take a lot less punishment. You get what I'm saying? I think that's something that his trainers need to be instilling in him right now. You don't want that young kid, Elijah Garcia, because he got a bright future if he can sharpen up defensively. You don't want that dude going into every fight making it a brawl. You can't have a long career like that. You can't make it to the top. I mean, if you do, it won't be long. It will be short-lived. You get what I'm saying? You have to do better than that defensively. You can't allow guys to be able to hit you with anything they throw. You get what I'm saying? You got to be sharper than that defensively and more responsible. And he just a young boy that want to fight. You get what I'm saying? I seen it. He got hit with a shot. He going back. He going to get his back. Marquay was good with it, bro. And I like the energy. I like the attitude. You hit me, I'm getting mine's back. But it's a different way you can do that. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to stand in the pocket that much and fight. You get what I'm saying? At one range when you're built to be able to fight from distance. You get what I'm saying? You got some height and reach. Use it. You get what I'm saying? Use your physical gifts. Stop giving up your height and reach in an effort to be exciting. Learn how to do that without taking that much punishment. You get what I'm saying? And the less you get hit, the longer you last. And if you continue to get hit at the pace you getting hit, I don't see you lasting long in the sport. And you only 20 years old. You very young. So I want to see you last. I want to see you hang around for a while. Like we just seen it with Fundora. Look what kind of style he had. And I said this, every fight can be a brawl. It's going to catch up to him. And look how fast it caught up to him. Brian Mendoza went out there and sparked his ass. You can't fight every fight the same way. You have to learn how to create separation in these rounds without taking, you know, severe amounts of punishment, getting your eye all swelled up, nose busted up when you could just be smart and box because you got the skill and the talent to do so. That's the weirdest thing about Elijah Garcia. He got the talent. Oh, absolutely, Quincy. Man, much respect to JERMELL Charlo, bro. This wasn't like a smear campaign to trash him or nothing like that. You get what I'm saying? I just asked real questions that some people felt like he quit. Some people felt like he cashed out. I just felt like his effort needed to be more to win. Elijah Garcia versus Joey. I'll watch it undercard. I'll watch it. Joey back in that lab, too. I seen Virgil Ortiz back in the gym, too, with Maurice Hooker. That's a good look. Good to see Virgil back in the gym. I didn't talk about Barrios yet, man. We could build on that Barrios fight, though. But let me play this real quick, and let me see what y'all think about it.
I mean, you were saying a bunch of stuff that you were going to do, and you didn't do none of it, like, really, or, you know, we're in the fight. It was a shutout. Right now, nobody can beat Canelo. Benavidez will give him a good fight. I mean, that's, you know, that homie too, Benavidez. He's probably the only one that can give him a good fight. And let me just say this. If I wasn't a real, I can't say. Look, Chavez is my idol. But if I say that Canelo isn't the best fighter that Mexico's ever had, I'll be less than solid.
What y'all think about that, family? He said a few things there if y'all understood him. He said, can't nobody beat this version of Canelo. He said Benavidez will give him a good fight, but he won't win. But he also said if he said that Canelo was the best or the greatest Mexican, he wouldn't be as real. So I've heard several Mexican fighters, Hispanic fighters speak on that. Some people respect Canelo a ton. A lot of them don't look at him as one of the best. If the consensus is that he can't beat this young kid and David Benavidez, then give him his shot. Like, I'm tired of people saying that Benavidez won't beat him, but we not pushing for him to get an opportunity. And again, moving further in the conversation, again, salute to both Canelo and Charlo. Respect to both of them, right? You get what I'm saying? He finally fought a Charlo brother, right? But the circumstances that led up to that fight, I'm not jacking it. I'm not rocking with it. Canelo, you're not going to pull the wool over my eyes. And I mean this with the utmost respect. Some people look at this win and they can respect it because they looking at it like, look, y'all asked him to fight a Charlo and he did it. But again, you fought the smaller Charlo. You get what I'm saying? The circumstances that surrounded it, you had all the advantages. Can we please now that this is over and we know it's not going to be a rematch between them, can we please now as fans agree that Canelo Alvarez needs to fight a true 68-pounder? Can we agree that this dude needs to stop dragging guys up from smaller weight classes and beating them up? I think it's clear that if this is how he's going to maneuver the rest of his career, we know what we got in store. Again, you're not taking the most difficult challenges out there. Yeah, you're challenging yourself, but it's coming with a lot of smoke and mirrors, and I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for it. Respect to you for getting in that ring. All fights are difficult, dangerous. I get all of that. Every fight is a challenge. Every fight is hard. I respect it, but I'm not a fool. When are you going to fight a true 68-pounder without dragging somebody up a weight class? Can we please demand that from him? At the end of the day, this man is undisputed at 168. And he was just allowed to defend his titles against a guy that is not even a 168-pounder. And they think I'm supposed to be cool with it because his last name was Charlo. Nah, bro. No, I'm not cool with it. Why I'm not cool with it? Because you're at 168-pound champion. Why can't we as fans demand that you fight guys in your weight class? Again, I appreciate the fight. I respected Charlo for taking. I still respect him, but nobody asked for this. First of all, we thought it was the other Charlo. Y'all slipped us a Mickey and you slipped the smaller Charlo in there as like a consolation prize and told us, you basically spray painted a bullshit fight and told us to be cool with it. No disrespect, but I'm calling it. I'm calling BS. That was a tough, this guy fought as high as 175. Do you think a 154-pounder was going to go up there and beat him? Let's start right there. Who they fooling? Yeah, we know skill and talent-wise Charlo could hang. This is why he never fought him at 154. This is why he decided to fight at 155, his own created weight class, so he could stay away from guys like the Charlo brothers and Andrade. We know the story. But when you finally fought him, you had every advantage that you could possibly have. And it's bogus. I'm sorry. I'm calling BS. Y'all try to spray paint a fight and call it great, and it was not that. It was not. Stop doing this. Stop trying to stop disrespecting the fans and giving us fights with smoke and mirrors surrounding them, thinking we can't cut through it and see what's going on. I see what's going on. I don't care how much smoke y'all blow. I see what's going on. Can this man please, in respect to both of them, can he please fight a true super middleweight next? That's not crazy to ask, bro. That's not crazy to ask. All right, we enough of this, bro. Salute to my bro Knockout. He pointed this out. About 75% of the last 4 or 5 opponents been guys that's not super middleweights. I can't be excited about that. Yeah, they keep saying he fighting this guy, fighting that guy, but it's coming with smoke and mirrors, and I see through it. Can you fight? If you can beat Benavidez, if he is in fact too inexperienced and not on your level, can you please beat him up so we don't have to talk about it no more? Because you only got to do it once. Respect to you for what you just did with Charlo, because nobody ever made him look like that. Even if he has circumstances and a mountain to climb, still and all, I respect it because nobody was able to make Charlo look like that. Let me start there. You getting your just due. But again, if you want me to really respect what he's doing, can he please fight guys in his weight class? I get it. He's not an overly big guy. I get it. Charlo was the bigger guy, but they have weight classes for a reason. Fight you a natural super middleweight, and I will be impressed. Can you please beat up David Benavidez? If I had my pick, if he beats Andrade on the 25th, bro, can you please get in there and fight him? That's all I'm asking. I'm not here to tear him down. That's corny. I just want to see real fights, real challenges. I get it. How many people in here would have preferred him fight Charlo when they was at 154 if you was going to fight him? I did not want to see you fight him with these circumstances surrounding it, and people act like I can't call it out. It was it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. That's a whole lot for him to overcome. And then he in there with Canelo, a dude that fight at light heavyweight. Come on, dude. This man has taken punches from light heavyweights, one of the most iron chains in the sport of boxing. So this whole knockout thing, that was off the table for Charlo. He never was going to knock this man out. You get what I'm saying? Come on, man. And how many people thought if he really did put up a better fight, he was going to win on the cards? Let's be real. Who gets a favorable decision on the cards against Canelo? I will wait. Not even Floyd Mayweather got his. You get what I'm saying? Only Beevil. And even us, we felt like that fight was even more convincing than what the scorecards was. Nobody gets the decisions they deserve against Canelo anyway. So he was fighting the judges. He was fighting Canelo, the experience, inactivity, coming off an injury, jumping weight classes. Man, get that out of here, bro. Get it out of here. If he's as great as what y'all saying he is, and I believe he is a level of great, you can't accomplish the things that Canelo has accomplished without being some type of great. I'll be a fool to knock him. But I would not be being honest with y'all if I told y'all I believe that he's taking the toughest challenges each and every time. No, he is not. No, he is not. He just gave us a slew of fights that we didn't ask for. When's the last time that he fought a guy that we asked him to fight? And again, the reason I say that is because we're paying to watch him fight. He's a pay-per-view guy. Do we pay pay-per-views? Do you go to a movie? I said this before. Do we go to a movie and pay for the movie you don't want? So it's the same with boxing, because it's theater. It's an event. Do you go pay for an event that you do not want? So again, if he want the fans to respect him, because he's sitting up here talking about you love everybody. Okay, fight a super middleweight. Pick one at this point. Pick one of them. If it ain't Benavidez, pick somebody, bro. Just pick a super middleweight and I'll be cool, bro. I'll shut up. You know what I mean? Respect to you, man. Every fight is hard. I get it. Salute to everybody in the chat. Y'all smash the like button for me. Salute to Stormy B, man. I try to be as fair as possible with this dude. I know he one of them dudes. Because if he wasn't, he wouldn't have been able to make Charlo look like that. I get it. But I still understand, advantages, man. And I understand that there are weight classes for a reason. I understand that when fighters move up in weight, they acclimate to the weight class for a reason. You get what I'm saying? I understand dudes you get what I'm saying? Like, again, Teofimo didn't move up to 140 and just fight Josh Taylor right out the gate, did he? Nah, see, people don't peep that. They don't peep that. That fight probably plays out a much different way if he jumps up to 140 and fights Josh Taylor immediately. But what did he do? Who did he fight? Fought Sandor Martin, and what was the other dude? Pedro Campa. He got 2 fights. He acclimated to the weight. And when he got in there against Josh Taylor in his 3rd fight, how good did he look? How good did he look? He dominated him, because that's how you're supposed to go up in weight. You don't go up in weight and just, that dare to be great. And I believe I'm rocking with Derek James and the way he think. That daring to be great sound like it's another way for saying, yo, we about to go in here and lose. That's what that sound like. It do sound like that when you really think about it. Daring to be great, you almost conceding to defeat. You're almost saying, yo, we're gonna go out here and lose. But at least we dared to be great, because that's what Charlo said at the end of this. I dared to be great. That's not, sometimes that ain't gonna cut it, bro. It's what you do while you daring to be great. You get what I'm saying? They also said Canelo going up to 75 and fighting Kovalev was him daring to be great. Get what I'm saying? I disagree with that. Canelo should fight Christian and Billy. Listen, at this point, Hendog, I wouldn't even be mad at that, bro. I wouldn't even be mad at that. At least it's a 68-pounder, bro. Fight us. Please fight somebody at 68 that we don't have to worry about if they can take it. And if they can't take your punches, then so be it. But at least we ain't going to be feeling like the reason you get what I'm saying? Up until this point, Charlo ain't fought nobody, no super middleweight under the lights with no headgear. I don't care who he fought in sparring. I ain't trying to hear it. It's different. Under the lights is much different. And he found out that in the very, first or second round probably, that he shouldn't have been in there with him. Weight classes for a reason. And if you're going to move up, I'm a firm believer in you acclimating to the weight before you take on challenges like that. Other than that, It's a handicap match. And now I truly believe, after seeing how it played out, given the current circumstances, that fight was a mismatch. It was a mismatch, and it was a terrible one. But again, man, salute to Fernando Vargas. You know, I'm not here to disagree with him. My thoughts of Canelo are just a bit different. He feels like nobody can beat this version of this guy. I don't feel like that. And I feel like if that's the case, and everybody's so confident that Benavidez can't beat him, can we please at least demand that he fights him? Because I don't think that's crazy that we demand that he fight him. I just don't. Get in there and fight a guy that's in your weight division. It shouldn't be too much to ask, bro. Is JERMELL coming back to 54? He said he was. That's the crazy part. Beaver already did. Beaver put hands on the face in the older, no rest, having Kovalev, who threw the fight, wasn't ish right. And coming off that quick turnaround, and that was a cash grab for him, bro. That was a cash grab for him, because he was going through some legal issues, I believe, and I think that's why he took that fight on a quick turnaround. I honestly believe the fight looked suspect. He was pulling a lot of his punches, in my opinion. You had a fighter, that actual professional fighter, and Badu Jack, that said the fight looked fixed. So it wasn't just me that felt funny about that fight. I'd never seen Kovalev look like he pulled his punches ever. And he looked like he was outboxing Canelo, and then just boom, you get caught and he out of there. And I'm just like, I call BS. Canelo ain't be great, and fight better be from my view. Salute. That's daring to be great for sure. You know what I mean? Fighting Bevel is closer to daring to be great than fighting a Kovalev who was no longer the crusher. You get what I'm saying? Upper echelon, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Matthew Boone, what's good to his credit? Ryder was a true super middleweight, right? And he was more acclimated to taking them shots. That's why I think he did a lot better than Charlo. What's good with the upper? He said, oh, all right. What's good, Thomas? How you feeling, my bro?
Oh, man, you know, just another lovely day in Euphoria, man. Just another little, you know, I don't know what to say. I thought that there were things that, you know, he could have done to take advantage of. Me, as a matter of fact, me and Ant McQueen, we were sitting there breaking it down and seeing the openings that Canelo usually presents opponents and whether or not they take them. And they were open all night, and I don't think he just was ready to commit to taking it, though. But definitely shouldn't have been circling to his left. I don't understand that, because circling to his left means you put yourself to the reach of his brick hand, and you know, if you can't take the punishment, you definitely don't want to go where the punishment is gonna come at its most harshest and most aggressive nature.
Right.
But that he gotta take the chest, he gotta take the head, he gotta take the middle. I mean the gut in the middle, because that's what he gives, and he gotta move off of his access, and he gotta use that jab, man. He got a good jab. He had to use that to keep him off of him. And then after Canelo blow his load, man, you come back, and you light his ass up. But you can't sit there and throw one shot here, one shot there, and one shot there with somebody who takes shots like nobody's business. Right. So you know, it was a recipe for disaster. You keep that up, and then Derek, like you said, Derek James is giving him excellent corner talk, and like it just wasn't resonating. It wasn't being followed. And the ending, like I said, man, going into that interview, that's what just blew my mind. Like, you happy that you didn't get knocked out. That hurt me right there. That's what made me like, damn. Like you really wasn't even gonna try to win this fight. You just didn't want to get knocked out. You go up them rings, you taking them punches, it's a chance you might get knocked out. It's a chance you might, you know, turn around and change the fight in your favor.
Right.
But you're not gonna do.
You gotta try. Yeah. You know, you gotta try.
So that was my only comment or take from a negative standpoint on Charlo. The thing I will say is that Mickey Fricky did take some Canelo shots, and he got a chin, bro. He didn't look like he was worse for the wear after the fight, man. He looked like he was in relatively good shape.
Right.
So, you know, he's durable for sure.
True indeed.
I will say
he ain't no sucker, but
he ain't no sucker.
I think he was just too worried about, you know, that what Canelo had coming back.
Yeah, he gave him too much respect, I thought, man. Like you gotta keep him off. You gotta keep him off as best you can, and you gotta move away from his strong suit. And he didn't do that. But other than that, that fool throwing them bombs though, man. Oh, when he would hit him, no matter what it hit, it would sound off, boy. He was throwing some
knockout punches that
man.
left.
Right.
But this was I'll say. A lot of people, I see a lot of people down in Charlo and saying he didn't do enough and everything, but and a lot of people that's doing that is people that's never been in the ring, people that's never punched and never fought.
Yeah. And again, you're right. That's why I say for me, I try to keep it as as fair as possible. I just felt like a good way to look at it is he owed himself and his people a better showing than that, because he's very capable. And the biggest takeaway is I'm not gonna tell me Canelo is 12 zip better than you or 11.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? However you want to look at it.
This is what I'm saying. It's a reason why when you watch the smaller fighters, you see combination punches get thrown. And once they hit around 140 and stuff, you see fighters don't throw 5 and 6 punch combinations unless they're real elite fighters, because in between them, the shots resonate a lot differently when you come up in weight. And they can punch between them, and one shot will send you to the moon right there. And Charlo was actually caught Canelo with 18 shots that would have dropped another fighter. If you watch, he was catching them with clean, straight hooks, straight shots, check hooks. He was catching them on that chin. But he was dropping the kitchen sink on Canelo, and Canelo didn't budge, bro. Yeah. Like if you never, that's demoralizing. And then when Canelo was throwing it back, if y'all heard them shots and seen the way they resonated, the way they went through his guard, when y'all gotta realize this is the same man that broke Callum Smith's arms by punching through it. The man hits hard, and it's also a disadvantage for us as darker fighters because the WBC has also raised the level of Mexican fighters. They can have a higher level of clenbuterol in their system because their meat is tainted. So it's a rule. It's a rule that they're allowed to have a level of clenbuterol in their system, and that's only for the Mexican fighters because their meat is messed up. Our fighters can't have it in there because if our fighters have it, we took it intentionally. But their fighters can have a higher level in there, and it's in the rule books. And that's what makes it a lot wrong, because this man got enhancements in him, and he can just say it's from the meat. But that man right there, he was on his toes the whole night. He didn't sit down not 1 minute. He stayed up on his feet, and that's what I said. If JERMELL was to beat Canelo and he had the perfect game plan, he was have to go out there and he was going to have lateral movement and wait for Canelo to get tired in later rounds. That was the only shot he had, and Canelo didn't get tired. Canelo was 15 round ready. And we all knew that Canelo has that barrage. You have to weather that storm, but that storm didn't end. And JERMELL Charlo had to pick and choose his shots. And then when he did, the man hit him with a flush straight right, a counter shot. He didn't even see it coming. The man head snapped, but he kept coming forward, man. That was demoralizing.
Yeah. And speaking of storms, we got the OG Stormy B, man.
Salute Stormy B.
He just popped off, man. Come on back, Sensei. Come on back. Drop.
And let me say one thing to my guy, Rick Timms. Rick Timms, bro, I wasn't really talking to you. I was talking to John Nori over there, and I wasn't calling you delusional, bro. You know me and you better than that. I wouldn't call you delusional. I said people are delusional about the weight because people don't realize if you ever been in a situation that weight is a lot different. When you move up, people are delusional on how weight is. A fighter that's coming up in weight, if you haven't had a chance to adjust your body to that weight, like I said, it's a fact. You can only put on 8 pounds of muscle per year, the average human. Now, if you're coming up 14 pounds, that's not all muscle. So you carrying extra baggage.
And dog, you hitting on something. Yeah, that man went to the mountains to train. Like, I just feel like the hunger and the preparation was different. I think Charlo was too comfortable. And I think, I leveled with him when he spoke about the sacrifice and because I box, I'm supposed to be away from my family. And I get that. No, I got you. Oh, man. Well, we here when you come back, OG. I was just welcome you on and you popped off. But if you pop back on, we here. Appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, so people got to realize that when that weight come up, like And then, like, you got people talking about Bud go up there and fight. Now, look, like I say, Bud got all the skills in the book. Bud got the skills to pay the bills. And if it was just skills, and if it was the Canelo that fought Floyd Mayweather, I would give Bud an advantage against him because Floyd was fighting the Canelo that had a base of 152. Yes, Canelo came in over 170 versus Floyd, but his base muscle weight was 152. So without water, he was 152. He blew up to 170. Canelo base weight was 168. That's 168 pounds of pure muscle. That's 168 pounds of pure muscle. So when he
rehydrated, bro.
And then he rehydrated. That's what people not realizing. 18 pounds of fucking muscle is a big difference.
I think that's why
it's a big difference from Inouye to Tank to Boots to Wilder. It's a big difference. And
Jonathan was good, bro. I think that's why Charlo mentioned something about he wish he could have gained a little more weight or something like that. And maybe that's why he did elect to come in a little heavier than what they initially said. I heard something about them.
They were going to be about 161, 163. But they got some intel about Canelo power. They knew that they was going to have to add some insulation because if not.
Right. Right. I'm like, man. So I get it, man. I just don't want to come off like I don't respect these dudes and what they did. And I respect both guys, the winner and the loser. But again, we just know that it was going to be a tough fight for the dude. But we didn't know he was going to put out an effort so minimal that it would have people feeling like that was a cash grab for him. And that's the part that's crazy. He could have did he definitely deserved a better effort than that for sure. But hey, at least he rich, and man, it is what it is, I guess, man. But what's next for him after that remains to be seen, man.
What do you do? What do you do? Just do if you hit a man with your best thing, everything in the kitchen sink, and this man ain't even budging, like he ain't even blinking. Like Charlo clipped that chin at least 10 straight times, and Canelo just kept coming. Matter of fact, after he hit him with that counter straight right, Canelo dropped his hands and went into a attack mode where he was just sitting there batting down shots and just coming straight forward. He didn't even guard himself no more. And I'm gonna tell people the perfect example: Kell Brook versus Triple G. Kell Brook had all the skills to pay the bills, was outboxing, outshining, beating the hell out of Triple G. But when Triple G finally got him and hit him, we seen the outcome. He broke the man's orbital. It's a reason why they got weight classes, bro. I'm just telling you, it's a reason.
That's a fact.
I'm gonna go back into the chat though, man. Appreciate it. I'll be back up a little bit. I gotta get my I gotta get wrapped up, but I'll be back up.
All right, bro.
All right.
Yeah, and you gotta stay the course, man. Like, I don't know if he really understood the challenge that was in front of him, because he
had to just.
He responded like in an uncharacteristic type way. He said Charles was like, I'm a big kid. But I seen Cuzzo bring up the Ugas and Barrios fight. I think we called that one for the ones that picked Barrios. We called that one right on the head. I thought he was gonna go out there. He young, too young for Barrios. I mean, too young for Ugas, fresh. You know, them Errol Spence losses hit different. And I knew, guy that's 37, soon to be 38. If he even that old, you know what I mean? Nah, they play with their age. So I don't know, man. It just was it was gonna be a tough win for him, a tough fight. I just didn't see him beating Barrios, and look how the fight went. Dude out there getting dropped with jabs and different stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, this ain't the Ugas that people thought he was. And I felt like what he showed is exactly what he was gonna show. That he was, you know what I mean? He ain't had too much more left to give, man. I think his best days definitely behind him, and I just don't see nobody that he could fight that would make sense to fight. You get
I told y'all last week that I seen Ryan Garcia piece up Ugas. Remember? I told y'all that. Remember I told y'all Ugas was sparring with Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia did a number on him? Remember, I told everybody, especially everybody on my channel, know that. I said I was privy to a little bit of sparring they had about 2-3 weeks ago, and they had a 3-round thing, and that's why I was telling people Ryan looked real good, because Ryan was giving him the business, and that's why I knew Barrios was too much for him. But I'm gonna tell you like this:
it's a better win. It makes that tank win agent like fine wine.
That tank win agent like daggone some daggone 1800 brandy. But I try to tell people like this, right? and this is the best way I could probably explain it right here. When a person gets hit, it does different things. Like if Naoya Inoue went up and fought Boots, right? Inoue has stopping power for his weight division. But if he go up against Boots, he can hit Boots whatever the hell he got in the kitchen. He can catch Boots clean, and Inoue has dynamic power for his division. But he go up the Boots side.
How many pay-per-views I think he did?
It's hard to explain, but muscle is a lot different from just water weight. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot different when you have muscle weight and water weight. Like before, now I'm gonna be honest. Before Canelo fought JERMELL Charlo, and I'm gonna keep it real, I thought Bud would wash him, and I thought Spence would wash him. I say, man, Spence get up to 168. I said Spence will have his power, and he'll wash him. Yeah, maybe in a few years, if Spence get his weight up in a few years, but I know in 2 years he won't be able to develop enough muscle to do that. And Bud might have the skills to pay the bills, but he has to take one of them shots because Canelo ain't the same Canelo. That man had stamina, no stamina issues. He didn't even want to sit down, and he didn't just close off the ring. The man was slicing off a third of the ring each time. Like he was beating Charlo to the punch. Like he took the angles like Rick, you play football. People that play football, you know, if you got a faster receiver, you got to take them angles. And Canelo was taking them angles, and he was beating JERMELL too. He had JERMELL frustrated going left and right, and JERMELL is a real good lateral moving fighter. He was started off as a lateral moving fighter, and Canelo was on his toes the whole fight. I've never seen Canelo on his toes in the last 6 fights. Last time I seen him on his toes was Triple G2, and he was on his toes, and he was stalking. He was coming to make a statement. And I don't believe nobody under 168 has enough power to keep. Even Bivol complained about his arms hurting for like a month after he fought Canelo. If you try to guard or block Canelo, he's punching through it. And see, honestly, people think I'm giving Canelo a lot of credit. I'm not, because I feel like Canelo got it unfairly. So if our fighters was able to have that level of clenbuterol, it would greatly increase our athleticism. But see, since they can't compete with our athleticism, you got to give them some kind of daggone help, and that's what they're doing, because they raised the legal limit up, and like I think the legal limit is like 30%, and you know 5% on a black person is popping dirty, so it's really not right. It's bogus. It's a way for they to try to put us downward, because our natural abilities and skills outshine most of it, and so they trying to level the playing field. Like I don't even think Jermall Charlo stands a chance, honestly, because and yeah, y'all was talking about that Kovalev fight. Yeah, it was fixed, but Kovalev still was hitting Canelo with some shit, because Canelo has a granite chin and he could take it. But I feel like Kovalev threw it because if y'all believe before the fight, you know, he had that daggone charge where he broke the damn woman's neck and the dog. You remember he broke the neck and the dog. He broke the woman's neck, the dog, and everything. Yeah, as soon as he lost the fight to Canelo, they dropped all his charges. Like, you broke a girl neck and damn near killed the dog, punted the dog, and they dropped all them charges. Come on, man.
Yeah, he's having a legal. Instagram was good with it, bro.
Yeah, now I'm about to go get wrapped. I'm out.
I got you.
I didn't see a fight on Saturday. I saw a sparring match.
Right.
I mean, honestly, the best way to beat Canelo or to keep him off you is to consistently use your jab. Up and down, belly to the head, just jab him and move. Jab him and move. It'll slow him down. It's really,
and
that's the best way to do.
abandon his jab. So again,
exactly.
he did half of the work right. The movement, he had that part right, but I think he focused again so heavily on that, and then on top of the power being what it was, I think it just kept him with his hands in his pockets. But he had to have more confidence in, establishing some type of offense consistently where you could keep a guy off you and at least make him hesitate, second guess. He was unable to do that at any point in the fight, and that's
right,
tough.
right. Because there's purposeful movement and there's moving on purpose. Charlo's just moving on purpose. He didn't have any purposeful. I mean, he wasn't honestly. I never really saw him at the same level as Alvarez in the first place, but at least he could have put people paid for this. He could have put up a better fight. I saw it in his eyes that he wasn't giving his best effort. I mean, most people saw that. Even people who were not that well in tune with boxing saw that he didn't put his best effort. It was like he was fighting scared. What are you afraid of?
Yeah, that's how I felt. Yeah, and I get it, bro. Like, look, I ain't saying go out there and get slept, get it, but you got to think, man. We expected to see you at least fighting with the same intensity and confidence you do anybody else.
Right.
I understand that you had to be more cautious because this dude was punching a lot harder. We understand. I'm trying to level with you, but you can't win if you don't try. And that type of effort can't beat no Canelo Alvarez. Better yet, that wouldn't have beat Castano.
Yeah, and his face was clean after the fight. Did you see his face after the fight? His face looked bruised up. Did he look bruised up or beat up to you after the fight?
Not really.
No, he was clean, and he was coherent.
Right.
I didn't see nothing. I mean, he got caught in the temple. Those temple shots will shake you up a bit. So he did the right thing by taking the knee, right?
Smart move.
Yeah, but at the same time, he never came into me. This is me, watching the fight, right? He never came in there, at least judging on what I saw in his eyes, with that will or that passion to say, I want to win. I didn't see that for 12 rounds. I actually saw a sparring match that day, and if I had paid for the fight, I would have been pissed. But I watched it with somebody else,
right?
But that's just my thought on it. Now, now watch this. All the people that was saying that Alvarez ducked Charlo and ducked they're gonna say, oh well, they waited him out and he fought the little brother, and now when he fights big Charlo next, they're gonna say, oh well, they waited till they got old and he had problems in his life. That's not Alvarez's problem. And now they're going to start hyping up this guy here, Boo Boo, who's not going to beat David Benavidez, and Alvarez is not going to fight David Benavidez. What he's frustrating. Yeah, what he's doing is he's using the PBC to cash out. The reason why he even left Eddie Hearn is probably because he asked for the same amount of money. Eddie Hearn was like, nah, because you ain't got nobody else to fight. So then he went to the PBC and they
cash out. And
and he came to the PBC and they were sinking ship. Wilder got knocked out. Spence got beat up, right? And now Charlo punked out. Who else they got?
I get you. I just never look at it like that. Like, I don't think that, he over there now, but he could be cashing out. But as far as I think the people I've been hearing the PBC been sinking since it started. So it's like, at what point do they really just go out of business? How these people say they're gonna do, but it is what it is.
They gonna hang on the tank because, to be honest with you, they got all these fighters, but they don't develop them. I mean, just my simple mind as a fan who's looking from the outside in, right? If you got all these fighters, I would go to the ESPNs and all that and say, look, why don't we bring back Tuesday night fights and Friday night fights? This way you can have your fighters fight your fighters on those days, and you can separate the good, the bad from the great, and then you keep going. That's how you develop your fighters. That's how you build up a name, right?
Yeah.
Because how many times have you watched? I don't know how old you are, but how many times you watch Tuesday night fights and Friday night fights, and you start, you pick the fighter, said, okay, I've seen him fight 3 times, and this dude is good. We've seen him fight a couple of times, and that's how you start becoming a fan. I would have done that if I had 300 fighters. That's just me and my simple mind. You have a good day, brother.
You already know. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Remo, what it do, homie? He said PBC started at 10-1-203, and they've been going bankrupt since 10-2. Yeah, right. Since the day they started, right? Remo, what's good? Why would you let PBC sink a ship if all the biggest fights are hosted on PBC? Boom. I think that's why I never got into I never understood why people have a disdain for a promotional entity that's responsible for putting on some of the biggest fights that we have. I just never get into that. I respect all these promotional banners and companies, I guess, for providing us with, at some point they all give us a good card and some good fights, right? Not one stable has everybody, right? It's spread out enough, but it's obvious that the PBC be putting on some of the biggest cards for sure. ESPN and DAZN ain't putting up the funding to make the big fights, nor are the platforms set up for big pay-per-view fights. Yeah, man, all that stuff is weird, man. Only thing about boxing mainstream, ESPN show most of it. Yeah, ESPN Plus app, they sure do. They make sure you. Oh man, it's not mainstream, right? Floyd Mayweather is the reason. Floyd Money May. I hear he coming back with another exhibition for y'all. I think Keith Thurman gonna be on that one too. I think Ryan Garcia is coming back for y'all. That I know y'all missing y'all favorite fighter. No, I mean Ryan. December 2nd, I believe he fighting Oscar Duarte. Floyd Schofield is coming back. He gonna be on the undercard as well. Sheldon, what's good, bro?
What's up with you, good brother?
Man, you know, just in here building on this good boxing. What you got? Talk to me.
Oh man, I was disappointed. I'm glad. Something came up in the family, so last minute decision. I only wound up losing about 300. I had to cancel everything, but I'm glad I didn't go because I would have been sorely disappointed. That was terrible.
Right.
Not the fact that he took the fight. I respected him for taking the fight, but then to get in there and basically just quit and not try to win.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's the only thing that pisses me off. Right. I don't mind you getting in there getting your ass whooped. That's cool. That's part of boxing. Everybody loses. Everybody wins. Everybody loses. Right. But when you don't try and it's obvious to the viewing public, they're paid money to see this, that you're not trying, I can't rock with that.
And then when you look at the approach in which you took the fight, like you was climbing Mount Everest pretty much. And then when you put out that effort and people look at it like this Canelo you fighting, and they know that comes with a sizable bag attached to it, they gonna feel like, oh, he cashing out. And it's easy to see. And I just hope if he even hearing any of this, he understand that it ain't people just trying to slander you. It's what we literally seen a Charlo that didn't have confidence, that didn't fight with no intensity, and I've never seen that. You've never seen him behave in that manner, and I get it. You know, I think we be a little soft on the fighters when we say, "Oh man, y'all never taken a punch before." Man, I've taken a punch before. You get what I'm saying, bro? Like,
yeah, exactly.
But bro,
exactly. I boxed for 7 years in the amateur, so that's not the point. The point is, we know what it takes to even be an amateur fighter. So we know what it takes to be a professional.
You get it.
You got to be a special breed of cat to be a professional boxer. I don't care if you're
at that level.
1 in 99. You're still a professional boxer. You're a special breed of cat.
Right.
But to get in there and have a performance like that with the biggest bag you've ever made, the biggest fight you ever been in, you got to go out the way you got to go out. You got to at least put forth the effort. That's all I'm saying.
You do. I mean, to get pretty much essentially damn near 12 zipped and not really make no adjustments to do anything different. This is why people question the effort, because we ain't seen it. Like we know Charlo fight. You didn't look hungry. You look content with like, all right, well, I'm losing, but he ain't knocking me out. And I started getting that vibe. I'm like, okay, so you just gonna make the money, not get knocked out. And
yeah, that
was cool. Okay, I see what you want. That would have looked like. Then keep Thurman.
Did you hear what he put out on Instagram?
Say that again.
Did you hear what he put out on Instagram?
Nah, what's that?
He said that he's no longer in boxing for legacy. He's in it for money now, and he only wants to fight Crawford. He's not taking the Tim Tszyu fight. He wants to fight Crawford. He wants big money, big fights.
That fight with Crawford is not a big money fight.
Oh, cool. So you cashed out. Okay, cool. So now again, don't think I'm being crazy when I say that's why I got that feel. Because if you talking like that, look, ain't nothing wrong with that, but not with that effort, dude. Damn, you just said the hell with legacy. Nah, you was talking. Hold on, let me be clear. This is Charlo that said this, right?
This is JERMELL Iron Man Charlo.
Okay. This the same dude that was just talking legacy and undisputed and how you did all of this and you put on. Matter of fact, let me play this clip too right here that I got.
I love my brother, but you know, I think we're just at this current moment we don't see eye to eye, and it has a lot to do with what he wants in his life and what I want in mine is two completely different things. You know, if he's not here for fight night, it's okay. You know, like he can't fight for me anyways, so I'm not. It don't hurt my feelings or you know, whatever it is, it is. You know, hope he get ready or get back in the ring, and because it seems like I've been fighting I've been putting on for the Charlos, and that kind of goes and stems to the issue. I did this for us. I did this for Lions only, and so I don't want nobody attacking the brand and bringing us down. And I feel like we have had a bunch of hiccups on his end that has, you know, tarnish our character and our name a little bit, but I'll be the one that bring it back up. I'll be the one that continue to do it for us. I love my brother and I want the best for him, and I want to see him continue to be the world champion that he is.
Man,
I love my brother.
Threw your damn brother right up under the bus. School up under the bus. You putting
and his brother showed up. And his brother showed up to the fight.
Right. You gonna be the one to put it back on, bring it back up. Not with that performance, buddy. That's why I put this clip up here. And again, I'll just play these clips because it just kind of highlights how if you look at the way that he was speaking before this fight and the way that he actually behaved, you will see that he didn't keep the same energy. And we're big on keeping the same energy, right? In his boxing game, right? He didn't fight like Charlo. He fought like a shell of himself. And he fought like a guy that was just worried, you know what I'm saying? And like content with like, all right, you was counting your money, bro. Just count your money in there. Count your money in there because you damn sure wasn't fighting. Yeah, you was moving. That was one part of it. But
I hate to say this, bro. I really hate to say this.
That was
consistent. But to me, he fought like Avni Yildirim.
Safe as hell, right? Timid.
Yeah.
Timid. Salute to my guy.
That's Bole, right? That's Bole, right?
Big dog right now. Oh no, that's Shelton. Big dog Willie.
That's Big dog Willie?
Oh no. He said I was talking.
Yeah.
No, that's Shelton. Salute the big dog. He said salute Bill and the Haney coat. May the cat be with you. You know he always got to come through.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
To be honest, man, I think that
to this day.
I think the other Lion would have acquitted himself better in the ring, man. He would at least went down on the shield, man. I don't know, man.
More than that too, though. I do. But they probably know that too. I mean, given his circumstances, it would have been a tough fight for him too. But it's the reason they pulled the musical chairs act on us, and they spray painted the fight and told us it would be great. They wanted us to accept it because up until that point, JERMELL Charlo was the guy, right? He was looking like the guy, but then they put that guy in a situation, almost a handicap match. I don't care what they say. So again, I can respect it, but only so much. I'm tired of people being soft, and the first thing they say is, "Oh, you never took a punch." I ain't trying to hear that weak ass shit. I don't get paid to take punches. They do. And the last time I checked, the only way we could see Canelo Alvarez if you pay for it. So that why pay to watch him beat up on smaller guys? And you think I can't have an opinion on it? So I can pay for it. But I can't have an opinion on it.
That's what kills me. People don't understand that this is an opinion-based show. It's based on opinion. It's not facts. We're not saying this is exactly what happened. This is our opinion. Yeah. And we're speaking our opinion on what we saw that we paid our money for.
Right.
Because I paid $84.95 for this fight.
I have no thoughts.
I paid $84 for this fucking fight, which gonna come out to be like $100 after taxes.
Right. We didn't pay that money to really see you. Just keep beating up little dudes, and we look. That's a credible name. We get it. Like it's tough to say. We're not complaining, but we understand what happened here. We're not fools. 2 weight classes is a very big issue. Fighting a guy that was fighting like heavyweights. I don't want to hit, man. And the dude that got a hell of a chin, the knockout is less than likely to happen. And even if he did good, again, like who really would have thought he would have got a decision? Because he would have had to win like Bevel type, you know, that type of performance to get a decision. And I don't see him fighting that clean of a fight. You get what I'm saying?
What did we say, bro? Before the fight, we said the biggest issue is could he deal with the power of Canelo? Could he deal with the power? If he could deal with the power and take him late, he could beat him. That's what we said. He couldn't deal with the power. That's what it was.
He really couldn't. It was so not so much surprising, but just I get it, man. But you just can't behave that way, man. You know what I mean? Like that's part of it. You knew you was getting in there with that dude. We know he fought as high as light heavyweight. What you think he was punching like? Like seriously though, what you thought it was gonna be like, bro? Wasn't gonna be taking it easy on you. Now he ain't no feather-fisted guy, but I always thought his power was overstated. Power looked good against guys that small, man.
Yeah, I do.
I'm telling you, dudes his size, it just don't be the same way.
That's a fact.
He still didn't knock him out. That's where my criticism. Canelo, I got you, bro. Yeah, okay, you got the win, but you were supposed to knock him out for 2 reasons. Or for 3, lay off. You could add the broken hand if you want, jump to 2 weight classes, and the fact that he offers such little resistance, you could have actually done more. So we could say that. Yeah, I don't want to hear that. No, I ain't gotta be cool with what he did.
But that leads back to we know that Canelo has gas tank issues, and more likely he was tired after the 7th, 8th round. So he just cruised.
Charlo
this dude ain't trying to fight anyway, so I'm just gonna cruise.
Left fans pissed. The lack of effort is going to hurt. He said his sales moving forward. That's exactly what I've been saying. I've been
to the point that you just made, though.
About his sales, it could though. But
we heard all the scrutiny that Errol Spence had to face when he didn't knock out Mikey Garcia. Couldn't even knock out little Mikey.
Charlo was there. I don't blame him. I think he was worried for sure. I think he was worried. I think Canelo tamed him. He did that taming. Like I'm glad I was saying that for the people that was hearing me say he liked to try to tame you early. He did that to Charlo. He did it. About the 2nd round, I think he had his mind made up. I think he hit him with something. And then he said, also in this fight, this was the first time that he got hit with a shot that made him woozy. But he recovered fast. Yeah, you recovered fast, just not the fight though, bro. Like you had the lateral movement and stuff down packed, but you didn't establish no jab and no consistent offense, which is why I can't feel like you really tried that hard because it's so real. And I'll keep saying this, it might sound crazy. If he landed every punch that he did throw, he still would have lost. He still.
And you saw this in this fight, right? That you saw what happened to Canelo in the Bivol fight. In this fight, everything he threw at Bivol had no effect. Bivol kept coming. Didn't bother because Bivol been getting hit by bigger, stronger guys.
Yeah, you can't, and I don't believe maybe a special guy, certain kind of guy could do it, but that jumping in weight classes is very risky and dangerous to be playing like that without acclimating. And I keep using little examples of it. Like you've seen it with Teofimo, man. How much better did he look? And he fought Josh Taylor than he looked in previous fights, bro. I think his body adjusted. He looked stronger. You know what I'm saying? I was waiting to see this and I seen it. And I'm like, it's something about just getting acclimated to a weight class and then getting in there with a top guy. And I feel like if he would have just took a Josh Taylor fight right from the rip, see how Sandor Martin had him looking? Just think about that. Josh Taylor on top of his game could do the same type of thing. So he acclimated, and by that time, I just think he was right where he needed to be. And Josh Taylor is right where he don't need to be at 140. Get your ass up out of there. Go to 140.
And a lot of people keep forgetting what Bivol said after the Canelo fight. When they asked him, they said, "Do you give yourself credit for this win?" Bivol said, "No, I don't. Because this is not his weight class. He doesn't belong here."
That's real, man. That's real. And that's just what's going on with this, man. So again, salute to them dudes. I respect what they did. Salute to the fight, but I just want to see you fight guys that's in your weight class. And if you do them 12 zip, and again, when the last time you seen Canelo 12 zip anybody, especially when you consider Charlo elite, right? Not at 68, but again, when the last time
they said Charlo was elite, but I've never seen him 12 zip anybody really. He didn't even 12 zip goddamn Triple G in the third fight.
Nobody. So again, you telling me that came because of the stipulations and they knew it. They like, yeah, we're gonna get these people this fight. Yeah, Charlo riding the high, he undisputed. We can sell this undisputed versus undisputed. Man, get that out of here. It was him taking a shot to become undisputed at 68. It wasn't no undisputed versus undisputed.
But that's something else that we said, bro. That's something else that we said. We said that being in shape and being able to carry that weight and fight at that weight is two different things.
Facts. And
he couldn't carry that weight at 68. He's not that big of a guy. He's not built for that.
Nope.
54, maybe 60, but that's it. You can't go no higher.
Yeah, I say 60 wouldn't be bad for it. But again, even that, just jumping up there though, right? You get what I'm saying? Just jumping up. Like I get the risk and get your money, but yeah, he was bigger, but I just, again, not being used to carry that weight. He don't fight with that weight. You get what I'm saying? That performing with the weight on is different. And he said that too. He said he felt the weight. He said he felt it. So, and we can tell. So again, I'm not here to like, shit on him, but it is what it is. We still could be men about it and say, hey, Charlo, you deserve it. We deserve a better showing, bro. Like you this is all about the people. Didn't you say for the coach? See, y'all get me started. He said it was for the culture, man. That wasn't for no culture. That was for you.
That don't represent the culture too well, bro. That don't represent the culture too well.
Performance, bro. That was a bad performance. No disrespect. That's what it looked like. So again, when you sell it that it's for the culture, you got to go out for the people. You got to go out like knowing that people was picking you to stop him late. Man, and think
what's
about why.
This is what's funny to me, right? People sometimes try to shit on the older Roy Jones, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Roy Jones, the one thing you cannot take away from Roy Jones, even when he was older, Roy Jones went out the way he had to go out.
Mm-hmm. True indeed.
Roy Jones gonna fight. Now, if I get knocked out, I get knocked out. But I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna put forth an effort.
Right. Yeah. Man, yeah, man. Overall, man, I think the card was still solid because that Ugas and Barrios fight was a good fight for Barrios, man. And I think Ugas, I think it's safe to say.
I called that one. I told you Barrios was gonna beat that old man.
Yeah, I said so too. I picked him. I was too fresh, man. Too fresh. Ugas coming off a layoff, injuries, Earl Spence lost, like getting pummeled like that. Nah. Yeah, you too old, bro. You ain't got nothing, nothing left to prove. You beat Manny Pacquiao, I'll take that win and ride off. Boy, I was a champion, made some money. American dream. You got your lady, you out here living.
Pacquiao was old when you beat him. Now you was old when Barrios beat you. Same shit.
No shame in it, bro. It happens. You know what I'm saying? We still rock with you, but don't go out there doing that. And your team bogus as hell for seeing your eye like that and still letting you be out there being tough, bro. That wasn't smart. They were supposed to save him from himself, man. Like that dude, which I wanted out his eye, but y'all want him to have one eye. Like I'm trying to figure this out. Like what's up?
Yeah, I know. That shit starts swelling up. What, round 5? That shit starts swelling up.
Like yo, bro, they're not gonna stop. I said about 9, 10. I'm like, you definitely could call it a fight, bro.
Yeah, you call this shit. This shit's over. He had no chance to win.
Is Charlo the A side to Crawford? That's interesting, bro.
Is Charlo the A side to who?
Crawford at 54 with the rest of the belts.
Hell no.
That loss like that, and
I'm
trying to consider. I don't know. Well,
he is still a 3-belt champion, though, right? Is he still a 3-belt champion?
Yeah, he still shot them belts though, just not all.
He would have to be the A side if he's the 3-belt champion.
He
Crawford challenging him. He's not challenging Crawford.
Yeah, right.
I still think Crawford gonna smoke him, but here's what it is.
I'll tell you what though, isn't Canelo getting the same treatment as Spence when he 12-zip Mikey? I don't know. I mean, what treatment? What treatment is he supposed to get? I don't know. And again, I just think Mikey was asking for it. Yeah, Charlo was asking for it, but I think if he would have got it where he was supposed to get it, it would have been, I just think it would have been a different fight. And I think they know that as well. Boxing is very strategic, and they know that. And they strategically make fights. Like they knew what they was doing here. Like I don't give a damn what nobody said. Everybody knew what the outcome was.
Well, I said this months ago. So this dude signs a $150 million deal with the PBC. You thought they brought him there to lose?
Right.
They're gonna give him a soft touch in the beginning.
He is the money.
They may give him a decent fight next.
Right.
But the Benavidez fight is the fight they're looking at.
And again, I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm killing him in here, but again, I think Mikey's situation is him asking for it. Like, I don't think that fight happens if he didn't ask for it. And Errol was like, all right, well, you know what I mean? I think once he started hearing people say he was going to beat him because of this and that, and he can box better, he's smarter, I think they kind of, you know.
Well, you said it best earlier. That fight was a money grab because they knew that was the biggest pay-per-view Errol did besides Bud, correct? 350?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Biggest one he did besides Bud. They picked Mikey. They let Mikey have a fight because they knew Mikey could bring the fans in. Mm-hmm. That's why Mikey got that.
Strategic.
Nobody thought Mikey was going to win that fight. Right. Nobody thought that. Except for Sugar Ray Leonard. He thought
overnight.
But nobody else thought that.
True. And again, I salute to Canelo, but I'm just ready to see him fight 68 pounds. That's all.
Well, he's getting the winner of Benavidez and Andrade, right?
That's what they're telling us. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, it need to be Benavidez. The fact that Charlo got a shot at Canelo at 68 before him is just the most bogus thing, I think, in boxing.
Now, let me ask you this. What happens if Andrade go in there and smokes him?
That's crazy. That means he better than he definitely got more in the tank than if he was to do that, I definitely think he got a better shot to fight Canelo. You know what I mean? That style, man, Andre's style can be problematic for people. If Father Time caught up to him, I mean, we gonna find out. But I'd be surprised though if he smoked Benavidez. But it's gonna be an interesting fight early, I believe.
You know, Boo Boo got popped. Boo Boo will drop your ass if you fucking around.
Right. I want to see how it's gonna play out. They saying that's November 25th too. So, and that's my son's birthday too. So
wow, that's a good birthday present for you.
Good day to have a fight card, man. I said, man, I would definitely tune in. If win, lose, or draw, I like both of them. I'm just glad Boo Boo got a shot at somebody that people will respect, win, lose, or draw. So I hope that he can provide us with a 50-50 type of fight. Because I think early is going to be entertaining. But if he get tired and slow down the stretch, how he doing fights, he going to find himself in trouble, man. Benavidez is tough to deal with when you ain't got no gas in the tank. That's not the guy you want to be short on gas and be in front of. That ain't him. Horrible fighter. That's how he was. So, man, yeah, man. But that's pretty much it for this, man. Like, Stormy B, man. I see the OG pop back in. Okay. What's good, Stormy? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm home and settled now. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, nice and clear.
Got you, brother. Got you.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. And salute to you, brothers, and everybody in the chat. I wanted to say this, man.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me.
This is probably one of your best works. You have covered this situation so well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna nickname you the Tailor because it fits. You understand?
Appreciate it.
I mean, you really have. And that's not to, belittle anything or anyone. But man, that's why when I wrote in your chat, I said, man, you are cooking with fire, because you've covered everything from what we've witnessed to how things played out, what intents were going in, and then a word that I like to use that I don't hear a lot of people use, but you still articulated it in your conversation about this particular event. Accountability. Mel Charlo owed it to the boxing paying public because this fight was on pay-per-view.
Right.
He owed it to the boxing paying public to give an effort. And what I've heard consistently on this show, this conversation, and a number of other people who have said that they feel that this is one of the biggest non-efforts from someone who is supposed to be an elite fighter.
Yes.
Because he was the undisputed champion at 154. So he beat all those guys to get those belts. He rolled up his sleeves. He did the dirty work. He did it. So he accomplished rising to the mountaintop. But what he forgot is that a champion carries that mantle, whether it's hard, difficult, if it's easy breezy, whatever, a champion carries that. And he did not bring championship caliber effort, energy, or attentiveness into this fight. And if you've watched boxing with the correct type of lens, you can see that. And it's not so much that someone is trying to slam him or take away or what. No, he did that to himself.
Right.
How can I be a respectable man in the community and then one day go outside and walk down the street in my stark drawers and still expect people to think that I'm that respected guy in the community? They're going to be like, what's up with that guy? Did he snap? He's walking down the street in his underwear.
And true.
You understand?
Right.
So, metaphorically speaking, Mel got up there and showed us all his derriere.
It's true indeed.
But guess what? He was happy because he got a payday of a career, and his instant speak afterwards is that he don't care about legacy no more.
Yeah, what? Like,
so
come on, bro.
So you telling us that you've been BSing us the whole time?
Yeah.
You see?
I keep in the same energy.
And that's why, listen, you said something earlier, and you say this all the time. You like to be fair and things like this. Life is not fair. It is not.
Right.
However, any ridicule, any heavy, harsh criticism, anything that people like to use that word hate today, they throw it around, but whatever, that comes his way, he earned that.
True indeed.
He earned it.
And he sealed it with those comments.
Exactly. He sealed it with those comments,
right?
Which was part 2 to his efforts. You understand? The great Maya Angelou said, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And that's what he did.
Yep. That's true. That is true. Man, and you wanted this fight. And you said you wanted this fight. I could beat Canelo. He tired. I remember this stuff, man. Like, then you get in there and it's like, you in there thinking about your money. You was counting your money while surviving. So life after surviving Canelo's, that's what you want. How did you go from talking about undisputed, putting on for lines only, this is being for the culture, to now you don't care about legacy, it's about money? This is exactly why we're calling it a cash grab. So now that I know that you said those things, I don't feel bad feeling like this. You went in there to get paid, and I ain't knocking you, set your family up and all that, but understand what comes with that. Don't ask me to be a fool after we had to sit here and pay for you to spar this guy to survive Canelo. We didn't want to see you do that, dude. You've seen a ton of other guys getting there. John Ryder, Caleb Plant. I mean, all these different guys did a lot better. 12 zip. And that's what I was just saying to the family. Name another fighter that he 12 zip. Elite fighter? Come on, man. And that's what you went out there and did. I know you had more in the tank. Your face wasn't that beat up. You didn't take that type of a beating, and you took as much of a beating as you did because you offered so little resistance. What was he supposed to do? Stop punching you? You get what I'm saying? He wasn't going to stop punching you. So he just didn't come to fight. He wasn't prepared. And Derek James was telling him all the right stuff. Did you come to fight or be a punching bag? Like, come on, it's no more clear than that. What are you doing? He's telling you to shoot your shots, and you moving, but you ain't throwing none. So you're surviving and counting your money while you're doing it. And then even so much so, in a post fight, you got the nerve to say, forget legacy. You just want big fights and money. Yeah, good luck with that. After laying that egg, remember, Goofy, for you to get paid, people have to have an interest in seeing you fight. And after you debed the way you just did, nobody cared. Like what? Crawford don't even want you. You got to be so convincingly. Crawford wants nothing to do with you. He was cool with fighting the winner out of y'all. Now you're all the way off the table for him. So where do you go? And you talking about you're not fighting Tim Tszyu? What big fights? You just got the biggest fight of your life and did horrible. You got 12 zipped in the biggest fight of your life. Who wants to really? What big fight is out there now for you? I just don't know, man. I rock with the dude, but that was very disappointing. Very disappointing, man. You just didn't have the confidence, intensity. I never seen this. A lack of confidence in JERMELL Charlo is scary, and we seen this for 12 rounds, 36 minutes, and it never changed. You landed one punch in the. This man landed one punch in the first round. You can't make this stuff up. And then proceeded to fight every round after that the exact same way, making zero adjustments and just totally ignoring your coach and talk about going in one ear and out the other. Every bit of instruction that he gave you from the minute he started opening his mouth in between rounds went over your head. It was like you was shell shocked. You wasn't listening. The lights was on. Nobody was home. And you was in there just a body, just a moving target for him to just practice his punches on. Because that's what that was. Yeah, all you did was sharpen him up for somebody that wants to move. Because that's exactly what that was. And it was like, yeah, we gonna throw a few punches here or there. And I hear people trying to say he stopped him in his tracks. And man, I don't want to hear it. He didn't fight. He really didn't fight. And that's my biggest issue. That's all. I ain't say be reckless, be careless, and get knocked out for my entertainment. Because that's not that entertaining to see you get your ass beat. But to see you do nothing while you're getting your ass beat, yeah, in that case, yeah, I'd rather see you get knocked out than sit there and do that. I'm cool with seeing Errol Spence get knocked out because I know he did the best he could on the night. We know this. It was what it was. But you had a totally different circumstance. I get the layoff. I get the broken hand. I get the weight class. But if we understand these things, then you understand them because you dealing with it firsthand. So you were supposed to be prepared for the challenge that was Canelo. And you just wasn't. And it showed. And I never seen him ignore Derrick James more than he ignored him on that night. Man, talk about not listening. He was so, I think, preoccupied with what Canelo had going on that he just said, the hell with Derrick James. Look, bro, I'm just going to survive. That stuff sound cool, but when I get back out here, you ain't taking a play. He had that kind of energy like, man, yeah, I hear you, but I ain't about to do none of that. And you didn't do anything. I mean, when I say he didn't do anything he asked him to do, that is exactly why you lost the way you did. Had you, implemented a small percentage of the stuff he was asking you to do, you would have got you some rounds. And the fact that you just was unable to do that and you allowed a guy that doesn't typically outwork his opponents like that, he outworked you, and it was clear as day every single round. I was like, yo, this is alarming to see. Canelo don't throw a lot. He fight in spurts. He ain't the busiest guy. He liked to have his way. And that's what I say. He tamed Charlo early within the first couple rounds with a big punch, big shot that kept him honest, and I think a body shot that he felt real good too. That he ain't want to, he was like, look, if I do anything more than what I'm doing, I'm gonna get knocked out. And I don't think he was willing to be the lion that he sold all of us that he was. Now, no disrespect to him, but that energy, that temperament, that confidence that we known you to have, that none of that was present. It was all absent, and that is my biggest issue. You get what I'm saying? Not that you took a loss, but the minimal effort in the loss. And I've never wanted to turn from a Charlo fight in my life. I was like, man, I want to turn. I was looking at the TV like, bro, I want to turn because I know. And once I seen the way he looked. And I pick up on little stuff. I don't know. I'm not there, but I'm looking at the body language when Floyd Mayweather was in his locker room. And I'm just like, and I was talking to somebody about this. And they like, man, they was preparing for the ass whooping. Floyd come back here to give you some encouraging words. Your brother come back here to hug on you a little bit. You got Andre Berto back there. What is the point of Floyd being present at this point? Like, what the hell was the point? I'm just like, dude, he had that look on his face. You didn't look confident. I don't know what the hell Floyd said to you, but it didn't mean nothing because you did nothing. LWBoxing, what's good, family? How you feeling? I just couldn't believe it, man. That left us a bad taste in my mouth, and I just don't know where he go from here. But as a supporter of him, I still support him. But I'm allowed to have an opinion on this fight. That I sat here and you had to really pay your money. I feel like the card was solid, but that's the only area where it lacked. The main fight. The other ones was cool to me, but you got here everybody effort what it was. Elijah Garcia, Resendez, hell of a fight. Even Ugas, with what he had left in the tank at 37, put up a hell of an effort with a guy that he's 11 years older than 10, 11 years, man. Come on, man. You can't make this stuff up, man. So let
me ask this question too. Mm-hmm. Since he doesn't care about legacy anymore and all he wants is big fights, mm-hmm. with an effort like what he gave us on Saturday night, who's willing to trust him and to buy a ticket for him?
Right.
Because you don't know what you're going to get now. Mm-hmm. You used to could hang your hat on the fact that he was a professional that went about his business. Mm-hmm. He has flaws like all of us. But mm-hmm. at least we got his professionalism night in and night out up until this past Saturday. So now I'm sorry, but when you show me that, I can't buy into that. Mm-hmm. There are other choices that I can make than to take a risk on him. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And if you look at that 154-pound division, there's still some stellar fights to be made in that mm-hmm. division. And I'm mm-hmm. sorry. Now it looks like he's ducking Tim Tszyu. It looks
I was getting to it.
He's ducking Tim Tszyu. And you know what? That's the worst thing in the world, to give the energy to something that may not have been there, but it's here now.
Right.
Because remember, prior to the first Castaño fight, Tim Tszyu took step aside money.
Mm-hmm.
And then he still had to step aside for the rematch.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, they talked about making a date with him, but all of a sudden, this hand injury thing comes up.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fight was delayed. And it was delayed because they said he had the hand injury.
Right.
But in the meantime, he's so-called rehabbing the hand injury. And then we hear talks of a Canelo fight. We were thinking that it was his brother, and it turns out that it's him.
They musical chairs, man.
So the whole point of what I'm making here is he's been deceiving us for a minute now.
Mm-hmm.
A minute. And
well, Stormy, he did present the paperwork for the broken hand, though. He did present that.
Mm.
Yeah, but what he didn't present was the fact that Canelo's people had contacted him possibly right after Badu Jack told Canelo and his people, go fight David Benavidez in a fight that people really want to see.
And then
facts. Those are facts. Those are facts.
He injured it, right around that time. So now you're rehabbing it, which making that y'all postpone this Tim Tszyu fight even longer. Next thing you know, he's still rehabbing the hand. They scrap it, and now you fighting Canelo and not your brother.
And how about this? Another moment of revelation was during the All Access episode. I think it was the very first episode. It might have been the second. Forgive me, my memory fades from time. But he had a therapist checking his hand out. And they were talking in the session about how the pain was still there. So, dude, you know what? He sold us a crock of crap the entire time. And if this is why I said, if any of the hate speak, the heavy criticism, the fact that it comes across that people dogging it, he earned that. He earned that.
Right.
And I'm sorry, I'm not going to placate for this now little bit richer fighter.
Right. And
especially when he done thumbed his nose at me and told me that's all he's ready to do is get a little more richer. Not all for me, you ain't.
Right. Not laying in bed. Now, you said you want big fights, but again, if we're just going off of what you saying and what you just showed us, big fights, which that was the biggest of your career, how do we know how you're going to perform from this point on now that you done got that bag as well when we seen how you performed while you was earning that bag? Like your stomach might be fed at this point, bro. You might not be hungry no more.
Well, let's keep it lakeside. You know, we say keep it lakeside. I mean, it's all the way live, right? We're gonna keep it all the way live. Did anybody that was really studying this matchup give him a chance to win? Because I didn't.
I ain't pick him. I ain't have him winning. I definitely had him losing, but I felt like he would lose and it would be a respectable one where we could sit back and say, hey man, at least he
tried. Say he tried.
And that's what
people can say whatever they want to say about Errol Spence.
Right.
Because I've said a lot about Errol Spence. You know that.
Right.
But the one thing I can't say about Errol Spence is that he didn't try.
Right.
Because he tried.
Or
he just was outgunned.
Right. Right. So again, man, and I know people talking about power and all that. I'm pretty sure he felt power when he was getting clipped by them shots with Terence Crawford too. But did it stop him from trying? He went down swinging. And I ain't saying you had to get knocked out, but I am saying you had to at least make me feel at home for the money's worth that you out there actually trying to beat this dude and not trying to survive and then be cool with the big bag at the end.
Facts.
I can't believe this dude. I didn't catch that part. Y'all both brought that up. I can't believe he said he ain't, because I was done with him at that point. That's why I ain't really watching no more interviews. I had came on live and started talking about the fights. But the fact that you really said hell with legacy when that was your selling point for why you was taking this fight, and then you switched up. So you, in fact, like I said, did not keep the same energy. You sold us that you was this lion, and I believe that I still think you are, but you wasn't that on this night. And you had so much respect for this dude since the minute we knew y'all was gonna fight, and it carried over into the fight, and it intensified as the whooping mounted. You continue to have more respect for this dude. It's just like he strong-armed you, put you in headlocks, stiff-armed you, forearm to the throat. I'm just like, he little boyed you and just beat you up and sent you on your way and gave you a nice, you know what I mean? He paid you. He paid you good, you know what I mean, after beating you up. This is ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, man. I want to see where he go from here because I don't think a Crawford fight is on the table for him. He better revisit the Tim Tszyu option because it's going to look sketchy, especially if Tim Tszyu fight for your belt. And you talking about going back down there and you're no longer the undisputed champion. What you mean you're not going to fight him? What do you mean you're not going to fight him? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. We're going to see what he made of, though. After this
would anybody put money out to see him fight Crawford? Would you pay to see that fight?
Would I pay to see him fight Crawford? Yeah, I would. Yeah. But I tell you what, after seeing this fight, all that my opinion on how the fight would play out is much different. And after seeing what he just did against Canelo, and I get that the dude was bigger, I get all of that. I think Crawford beats him. So go ahead and get Crawford because I'll pay for it. I would, but I think Crawford will beat him. I do.
I think it's a good fight. I think if Crawford takes the fight, first step up to 54 with no tune-up, I think it's a good fight. But if you fuck around and let Crawford fight somebody else and then you fight him, if he doesn't get beat by the first guy, it's not going to end well for you.
I'll say this. If he don't knock him out, he's going to lose. If he don't knock Crawford out, he's going to lose. I don't care when he fight him. If he fight him in his first fight at 50, that's in my opinion. He fight him in his first fight. The mistakes that he makes some very similar mistakes that Errol Spence make, in my opinion. And it wouldn't be too far-fetched. They got the same trainer now, right? They make similar mistakes. And I see Crawford being able to take advantage. The only place I think Mel could truly lay his hat is if you catch him and knock him out.
No, check this out.
That's not going to be easy.
I'm going to share with you something that ain't nobody going to think about yet, but going into it, you got to consider this. Crawford just sat up there and watched him give a non-effort against Canelo. Crawford has heard him speak about he ain't down for the legacy no more. You know, there's an old song. If your heart isn't in it, why don't you tell me so? Remember that?
Right.
Now I'm bringing that up because Crawford is of a different ilk. He will beat the crap out of Mel Charlo.
Yeah.
And if he could knock him out, he'll string him along just to give him the beating. Because he knows what type of man that he is, and he knows what type of man that he isn't.
Right.
In boxing, that is the truth serum, that square jungle.
Right.
You can't play in there. You can't hide.
Right. Absolutely not.
And I'll tell you this last thing. Crawford, as a fighter, is smarter than Canelo.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
He is.
Right. I always said it. Skill wise, talent wise, he damn sure could hang with Canelo. My only concern would be the size. That would be my only concern. It won't be a matter of skill or talent for Crawford in the ring if he was to fight a Canelo. I would just be thinking about the massive jump in weight that you will have to deal with to fight him. And I think, that'll really be problematic. I really wanted to respond. Pardon me, somebody mentioned, I think it was Teach. I don't know if you still here. You asked him about how I feel about Canelo saying he how much he loved boxing, like what I think about it. You know what I think about that? Straight up. I would love boxing too if I could do what I want. I would love boxing too if I strategically picked when I was going to be undisputed at 168. And then once I became undisputed at 168, they allowed me to fight guys that's not at 168 and defend titles. Yeah, I would absolutely love boxing and make big paydays. What? Absolutely.
Tell the world how great you are.
Yeah.
And that everybody should kiss your ass, and that you replace the greats like Salvador Sanchez and Julio Cesar Chavez and everything.
Telling me that I can sit here and, even though I strategically avoided guys at 154 and fought at 155, that I now that I'm fighting at 68, I could bring one of them. I could bring that guy up and fight him. And for all the marbles and spray paint that fight and call it a great one? Nah. Yeah, I would love boxing too if I was Canelo. So when he said it, do I believe him? Absolutely. Because he's been having his way. And I ain't seen the time where he haven't. Even with the Beagle fight. Nobody asked for that, but he picked it. So again, show me a time like in recent memory where he ain't been able to have his way in boxing. And I'll believe that he don't love it. But he loves it because, I mean, them paydays, you could show up to press conferences in silk pajamas. You know what I mean? They can get you certified, glorified pay-per-view sparring matches. I mean, you just had one with Triple G a couple fights ago. You know, you gave us a damn trilogy that looked like a high-level sparring match for money, a pay-per-view sparring match. Then a couple fights later, they give you another one with a guy that didn't belong in there. Because not only is he coming off an injury and a layoff, he don't belong nowhere near that weight class. Not just jumping like that. So again, you can't defend what we see. And he's a strategic. I always said this. Since fighting Mayweather, it's a couple things he got better at. And one of them was his defense. I believe he improved defensively a bit after fighting Floyd. That's one. But then I think he got tremendously better at picking his opponents. Hand picking the hell out of his opponents. And if you say anything about it, you got a slew of people that are arguing you down, telling you he's the greatest thing in the world. Because of the 12-zip performance, that effort that Charlo did or didn't put up, however you want to look at it, you got people talking about he's better than ever. He's back. The king is back. He's rejuvenated. He looked like the Canelo of old. Nah, he looked like the same guy, but a guy that was allowed to look a certain way because the amount of resistance that was put up was very minimal. It was like light sparring for him. It was almost like the bigger guy, the taller guy was told not to really punch. That's how he fought. Like, yeah, just throw something here or there and make it look like you fighting. Like, that's what it looked like. And bro,
Canelo had more resistance from putting his robe on and taking it off coming to the ring than he got from Charlo, man.
Right. Man, that's just so again, salute to the guy, man. But we allowed to, speak on it, especially when you were so, open about you just in it for the money. But you at the same token, you fool. You got to remember, you rub people the wrong way with this performance, and then you're gonna come out here after you built this fight on legacy, say the hell with legacy, it's about money. And we just seen you make the most money you made in your career. Yeah, it's real. It's very convenient after you done set yourself up with a hefty payday that you start talking like this. But still remember, for you to get paid, people have to have a genuine interest in seeing you fight. And if they're going off the last impression, the taste that you left in people's mouth, don't nobody care to see you fight unless it's against the right opponent. And you already, after, pissing the bed the way you just did, you shouldn't be talking about who you ain't going to fight. You shouldn't be talking about who you not going to fight. You should be talking about fighting any and all. Who's to say a Tim Tszyu fight can be a pretty, solid fight for you? Who's to say that? But to me, for you to say who you're not fighting, it don't sound right. I'm going to tell you that right now. Don't be like, don't fight Canelo and think you could beat him and start talking about who you're not going to fight. Remember, y'all, you might have fought him, but y'all not the same dude. Y'all don't bring in the same, nowhere near the same amount of money. It ain't the same. Oh, they said Crawford would counter the hell out of Canelo the whole fight. Yeah. Canelo will have to hope he catch him, to be honest, and knock him out. And skillfully, I think Crawford would be able to box him. But that size might be an issue. That's the only thing I can say. She is the band still playing while I take that. How many kids out the lipo is G Charlo? Man, you can't hide another love song reference. Yeah, man, he showed us something, man. I don't know, man. Just rubbed me the wrong way with them comments. That ain't it, bro. Can't talk about only fighting for money after you come out there and do essentially nothing in your biggest fight. And then you talk about you want more big fights. And people gonna put 2 and 2 together. Why? So you could come out there and, fatten your pockets. Put up another effort like that, boy, you're gonna destroy your brand, your whole name. That lines only stuff that you love so much, people will lose respect for you in a heartbeat.
Got a new name for them. Instead of lions only, let's just say they only lying. Huh? Yeah.
Cobain, salute. I'm telling you, man. Salute to him, man. I hope we had this conversation in a way that helps people understand that don't make people, they'll sell you a fight and then make you feel like you can't have an opinion on it. I'll be damned. I sat here and had to sit through this like everybody else. I had to watch this man essentially lay down and collect a check and then pretty much tell you that, yeah, that's what he did at the end. That's crazy to me. Like you did it come not a 360, like a 180. You 180'd on us, and that not a good way, not in a good way. So not only did you leave a lasting impression that you just stunk up the joint, then you go get in a post fight and you say things that'll make people not want to support you. You get what I'm saying? And that's weird. And then you call out Crawford, and I feel like that fight is off the table. So go and fight Tim Tszyu like you're supposed to, because Tim Tszyu probably end up beating. I think Andy Mendoza, he fighting. Canelo cuts the ring on better than almost anybody. To say Bub had the power to keep him off him, I doubt it. I don't ride with Canelo, but facts aren't facts. I feel like I don't know, man. I think the power to keep him off him. I just feel like stylistically, I feel like skillfully he can compete with him. But that's my only question. There is the weight and actually dealing with the power. That'd be problematic for him. Get what I'm saying? But if those guys was in the same weight class, like if he truly acclimated to 68 and not just try to call himself jumping 3 weight classes and fighting him, I definitely give him a good shot to being able to compete and beat this guy. I mean, I definitely would. I know he wouldn't lay down for sure. That is his temperament is what it is. He damn sure ain't laying down. The Lion King is right. You know they're gonna call him that. He know he got this stuff coming. You can't go piss the bed like that, bro. I don't think nobody gonna say anything. And I still did it in a way without tearing him down. I still didn't focus it so much on the loss. It was the effort. If we can't criticize a guy for putting up a minimal effort in a big fight that you had to pay for to see, then I don't know what we watching this stuff for, because you subject yourself to this criticism when you go out there. You participate in a sport like boxing where everybody watching you, all these eyes is on you. You think I'm going to just be a mindless zombie to make people feel good. I can't do that. And again, I said it without dissing them. You get what I'm saying? I just know I've never seen a fight that I wanted to turn from. I've never seen a fight where JERMELL Charlo lacked confidence, intensity, energy. You get what I'm saying? Output. Like, you've never seen him keep his hands in his pocket so much in his career. So that was my biggest issue, man. I thought we was going to get more of a, pushing Canelo and making it a good fight. Well, I got a question for guys, Tank, too. You think so? Damn, but I want to know who's next on that fight contract. Canelo signed. Me too, Zoom. Salute to my bro, Zoom. Verse. I agree, Zoom. I want to know myself. I just feel like it needs to be a true 68-pounder for me to feel like you really doing what you're supposed to do. Now, I can't pick your opponent for you, right? Obviously, but I think he needs to compete with a true 68-pounder, nothing more, nothing less. You don't need to go to 75 and do none of that extra stuff. Nah, you undisputed at 68, defend them titles against other hungry guys, willing, capable, deserving guys at 68. And again, BENAVIDEZ comes to mind if he gets past the Charlo. He gets past Boo Boo. I ain't just saying he gonna beat him, but if he's to win that fight, I just don't see no reason why he can't get his shot. I'm not trying to hear you don't fight Mexicans. I don't want to hear that. And it's crazy how entitled people become after they start making money and they feel like, well, I earned the right. And I hate when I hear trainers back that up. Canelo did this, or he earned the right. No, he didn't. Until he fights on free TV, he don't earn the right to make people pay for him wanting to pick who he want to fight. That's crazy. I don't. And again, it's like, how do you expect people to get behind that? Watching you get paid fighting people you want to fight. So again, I'm paying my money to see you fight who you want, as opposed to me seeing you fight somebody I would like to see you fight, or somebody that's deserving. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just can't be cool with it. So just to wrap up, man, overall it was a good card. I was just a little disappointed in Charlo performance. I feel like he could have gave us more than that. His respect, it was so deep. It ran so deep for Canelo that he just didn't know how to turn that switch off. And I felt like that was the same thing with Shawn Porter. I felt like Shawn Porter was too damn friendly. It stayed that way. He was friendly all the way up until the end of the fight. It was the same way with Charlo. He was very, very respectful. I didn't need to see him cursing him out. I appreciated the growth that I felt like he showed by just showing up and being about the business. But then he fell very short of hitting the mark, because when you got in there, you did one half. You didn't have to be an asshole to sell this fight. You get what I'm saying? But then when you got up in there, you laid down essentially and you took pictures. And people talk crazy about Caleb Plant, like I said, when he asked, ain't I better than you thought I am, or whatever he said. People was all over him for that. But if you look at how he did, even though getting knocked out, he still put up a better effort than Charlo did, getting knocked out. And people respected it for him for doing it. I don't remember people really knocking him for losing. You get what I'm saying? Not nobody real for real. You respect
Caleb was in there throwing punches.
Exactly. And he was fighting this guy and giving him a good run for his money. You get what I'm saying? He wasn't just moving laterally without throwing punches. He was taking chances and throwing punches. And again, from an effort standpoint, you can't take the absolute bare minimum, chances and think that I'm supposed to feel like, yeah, he went out there and tried. And we can't get so soft. That's why I always highlight that this conversation is not an effort into tearing him down, but it's a real conversation about the quality of effort that he put out, or the lack thereof. It was not there. And if we so soft, if boxing is to a place where you can't critique what you just seen in a respectful manner, we shouldn't even watch it. Especially when you got to pay for it. You damn right I got some opinions, bro. You went out there and did that to us and then said, the hell with legacy. I want money. Boy, you ain't even cash your check yet. Check probably ain't even clear yet. You already talking more money? Man, good luck with that, bro. Good luck with that. You know how fans are. And right after that, you had one or two people say, man, thank God for fire sticks. Thank God for fire sticks. And see, that's the type of stuff you up against, Charlo. But see, you wouldn't know that because you ain't really no pay-per-view guy. But you gonna learn that. You gonna learn that. That's what you chasing. That comes with a responsibility, man. And it don't mean you always got to win, but you always got to put up an effort. Always. I don't give a damn who you fighting, how hard he punching. I'm not trying to hear none of that. That's how soft we get.
$84.99. $84.99.
Right.
Now look here.
We so soft. We like, well,
check this out. Would you pay $84.99 to watch Canelo fight somebody else? Nope.
Nah.
So basically, we was tuning in to watch Mel, and this is what he delivers.
Right,
man. How much is where you live? How much is a case of brew? How much is a case of brew?
Shit,
roughly.
It ain't that much. You talk like beer or something?
Yeah.
It ain't that much. I tell you that. It ain't
of course. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That I'd be willing to pay for Mel. I'd be willing to pay less than for a case. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. And
we
again,
were robbed. If people talk about robberies and fights, how about robberies of the people who endorse and pay?
Exactly.
I paid.
Exactly.
I paid. And you know what? I paid and I didn't climax or nothing. So it's like this was a bad deal.
Right. And that's why I say, man, I always gonna repeat this point because I know it could always go over people's head. A lot of times when we go deep in these conversations and builds on these fights, you know, a lot of it I think it be done in you know, bad taste and just wanting to really just tear into the fighter and question everything about him. But notice how the difference between me and how we did it up here is we just stay isolated on this one performance. We're holding you accountable to this one performance, and we're not, you know, just, you know, we're not putting everything you've accomplished to the side and saying, you know, we're reducing your career to this loss. But at the end of the day, this is the last time we got to see you. It's very recent, and you got to understand where people are coming from, dude. You, at the very core of everything, you owed yourself, your family, your people, and your supporters a better showing than that. And I think that's fair to say. That's respectful. If he heard me saying that himself, there's no way you could be mad at that. Nobody's tearing into you and nobody's saying, oh, you're a cub. And I could have that and had a little jokes, but I mean, I really don't need to do that. You know, I've seen people do it, but at the end of the day, I just wanted you to go out there and fight like we know you capable of. I didn't need to see you do anything different than what you've done in the past. It's try. I've never seen you get in the ring and not try. And that's what I seen Saturday. So it was tough. That was tough to watch. Mr. Empire in the super chat. Appreciate you, bro. He said, do you think Charlo will keep the same energy with a black fighter? Oh, you mean like being respectful the way he was with Canelo? I think now that he's essentially set the table in a way that would make you think that this is how he's going to carry it from here on out, he would have to, because going back to, you know, spazzing out and then say you're fighting an actual black fighter and that's what you're doing, it's not going to look right. You're going to look suspect, and I'm definitely going to call it out. So again, I can see if, you know, you go to fight somebody else and they necessarily not giving them that energy, how Canelo was, like, because one thing about it was mutual respect. So that means it was on both sides, right? And I'm cool with that as long as that's how you deal with everybody else from this moving forward. Other than that, then it wasn't growth that you were showing us. It really had to be some type of fear. And like Stormy said, you sold us one. So I would hate to think it's that. So the jury is still out. And I'm gonna be paying attention. That's a good question, actually. If you're gonna keep, this respectful approach where you don't try to oversell the fight with talking crazy and you just focus on the fight. And that's what I felt like he was doing. That's why I gave him credit for the energy he was showing. I was like, okay, this is growth. All right. We asked him to not be so ignorant, loud, and obnoxious, as they call it, and just go. He just go off. Like, we asked for, not to show that, and he he did it. But I think if I had to pick between him being respectful and going out here fighting like this, then him showing his ass and then going out in the ring and showing his ass, I'd have took that. I'm sorry. Call me what you want, but if you were going to be disrespectful just to be respectful in the ring too, like if you can't separate, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, we never seen this before. So again, maybe that's why some people was concerned, because they felt like this would bleed into the fight. And if you see how the fight played out, then you see why people was concerned by this new breath of fresh air that he wanted to show us, this new energies, and you know, and that's why I don't like it. So like I said, that's a damn good question, because I will pay attention to that, being that you said that. I will see how he approach another press conference with a fighter and see if he go the respect route or do he just go crazy. Because if not, if he go off, I'm not going to respect it. And I'm gonna truly think that it was some type of fear in there with him and Canelo. And then I'm one of the last people to say a boxer is scared of another boxer, because that's what they signed up to do, right? I try to give all of them the benefit of the doubt, but at the end of the day, if you show me that, like, I'm not going to understand it no other way. I'm going to just connect the dots. I'm going to say, you know, you was so respectful that it was borderline. You was borderline fearful of that guy, because he fought like a guy that, like, if I walked up, right? If to say this was a street fight and not a pay-per-view organized event, right? And I walked up and I seen two people fighting, especially, and I seen a bigger guy, you know what I mean? I see some guy 5'8" and a guy 6 feet, and I see them fight, and I see the 6 foot guy fighting away. You get what I'm saying? Charlo, I'm going to think in my mind, if that was a street fight, I'm going to think he's scared. That's from the outside looking in. If I walk up and the average person walks up and they see the size differential like that, and you see a guy moving that much, and you know, you grabbing him and dudes stiff arming him, you just not using none of your physical gifts to even assert yourself in this fight, I'm going to think you're scared. That's exactly how you fought. Like, the only thing that kind of throw people off is it's an organized fight. You signed up to do it. You climbed all the way in the ring. You went through with it. But again, how you performed told me that, you know, I don't want to say scared, but I'll say very hesitant. I'll say timid. You get what I'm saying? I'll say the effort was lackluster. It was half-assed. I'll say you look in your face. You had a lot on your mind. You was worried about what was coming back. It was a lot. It was a lot. So again, I know it ain't easy to perform at that level. I know fighting Canelo ain't no walk in the park. But if we know that and we're not even fighting him, then you should know that, because you in there with him. So you should have known, like, this was going. And that's part of it too. It's like I can't even say you underestimated him, but you sure did talk like you was going to do a lot better with him when you got in there. You talked like you was going to have a lot less respect for him than what you initially did. So you end up, it's like you couldn't turn that switch off. And it was like, oh, you so peaceful. Now you in here and it's wartime and this dude trying to take your head off and you trying to survive. And looking at the ref when he stiff arming you, an elbow to the throat or forearm to the, you know what I'm saying, and throat, you looking over there at the ref like, yo, you can get him off me? I'm looking like, what? I don't like the body language. You accepting being put in little miniature headlocks. Like, bro, playing with you at this point. And you bigger, so it looked crazy. I was like, yeah, I ain't enjoying this at all. I'm not going to lie. I did not enjoy it. And to see him take so long to initiate offense from the first round, I knew something was wrong. I knew it was going to be a long night. I said, he don't do this, man. You can't come out here and now that the level is different, you're fighting different. You can't do that. And if you're going to fight different, then let it be at a higher level than what you typically perform at. But you can't reduce yourself to somebody that looks something like a sparring partner, bro. Like, what you on? You can't do that. You get what I'm saying? You can't do that to yourself. And that's exactly what he did. Salute to Mr. Empire. Appreciate it.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Says he boxes at a measured pace. Yeah, he do. He do box at a measured pace. That's why I didn't expect him to like just go for broke, how people were saying, like, and just like go out on your shield. I feel like naturally he's not that guy to just go for broke in that way, right? But that don't mean he couldn't have ramped up the effort. That doesn't mean that you could take calculated risks, right? There's a such thing as calculated risk. His risk that he took was very minimal. very. So it was like, damn, dude. And I said this is frustrating when, like, I've been saying this the longest. If he tames you early, good luck with winning the fight. Because more than likely, if he's successful at taming you, he's gonna land something within that first 4 to 6 rounds that's gonna keep you honest for the rest of the fight, where that would allow him to kind of just pick and poke at you and, you know, fight at the pace that he want, so he could kind of disguise any fatigue that he may be dealing with. And again, if you're not gonna offer up any real resistance, then you can't see if he's the same guy that he was before. Like I think he trained harder for this fight. I think he really got up for JERMELL Charlo, but at the end of the day, I think he still is who he is. A guy that got a lot of wear and tear, but still very dangerous, still very good. He got some fights left in him, obviously, but again, I think this whole staying away from Benavidez, I think that's strategic, and it blows my mind, because if you're going to get paid regardless. So if Benavidez was an easier target, as some people making the same, and it's like, oh, he'll give him a good fight, but he won't beat him. Well, that's what we want. That's what we want in boxing. Ain't that what we watching it for good fights, right? So damn it, give us the fight. You saying that's a reason to give us the fight? Because what we just seen, we had to sit through that, and Charlo, respect to him, he didn't give him no kind of fight. So again, why would I want to see that as opposed to seeing a guy that, by some of these people own admission, that Benavidez won't beat him, but he'll give him a good fight? Well, let us see it then. God damn it, let us see the fight. How good is it going to be? Because I'm all for good fights. And more importantly, most importantly, that guy is a true 68-pounder, probably could be at light heavyweight. So again, cool. I would definitely be cool with seeing it. If he can't beat him, just show me. Cause I'm not watching him pull another guy up from a smaller weight class and fight. I'm just sorry. Like, I'm gonna respect him, but I'm not watching that, and I'm definitely not paying for it. And I promise you, I'm not. His next fight is not a middleweight, a super middleweight. I'm not interested. Not paying for it. And I'm sorry. I will not. I refuse. That's not going to be a regularity. You've been doing this, having your way, and I done had it. I think I draw the line right here. And again, it's a little frustrating because they use a quality fighter to dupe us and do this to him. And then he did it to himself too. So I just feel like boxing be on some BS, man. And this was a cash grab for this dude, and he was put there to make Canelo look good, so people could be saying what they're saying now. He's back. The king is the man. Stop. Y'all lying, man. Y'all lying to yourselves, man. You're not gonna know that unless you get him in there with somebody that can actually push him. You didn't see that. I can see if he was pushed in his fight or it was competitive and you seen him looking, you know what I mean, extra sharp. We didn't see that. We just seen a guy that was allowed to punch on a 6-foot dude, put him in headlocks, stiff arm him, elbows and forearms to the throat, while he sat there and just looked around and ignored everything Derrick James said. Salute to the queen, Miss Joette. We appreciate it.
And we ain't never got a boxing.
Hey, brother. I'm gonna have to drop off, man. But thank you for having me. I appreciate you, man.
You already know.
Definitely a fire stream today. You're doing good work, man. Keep it up, man.
Absolutely, OJ. Appreciate you coming up.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Right.
You guys take it easy. Peace.
Appreciate you. Salute to KO, man. He said maybe fans will stop calling for stupid fights now. Yeah, Tank Crawford, Tank NUA, Canelo Crawford, right. Canelo Mel was a waste of time, right. Weight classes for a reason. I'm with that, KO. I don't want to see massacres or one-sided sparring matches for money, for $100 price tags, pretty much. I mean, when you call for the Canelo to fight someone in his actual weight class, this was why. All facts. All facts. When we call, that's all we want. See, and I salute to the queen, Miss Joette. Let me give the queen her just due for the super chat. Appreciate you.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
I shouted you out earlier too, because I pointed this out. KO, you was the one that brought up to me that, you know, his last damn near handful of opponents now at this point ain't been at 68. Canelo versus Billy Joe, Plant, Callum Smith, all better fast. At least they fought back. Mel fought scary. He fought scary, timid. He fought worried. I hate the word scary, right? Or scared. He definitely fought timid and worried. and with lack of confidence. So if that spells scary, so be it. Because I didn't see a confident guy. I didn't see the lion. I didn't see the intensity. I didn't see the aggression. You get what I'm saying? I just seen him surviving, and it was frustrating to watch. But salute to them guys, man. Another dope build in the books. Canelo won't land the glove on. Rozier is a damn savage. You know he won't, bro. You know he ain't landed no glove on that, man. You a fool, bro. Man, but yeah, right, KO. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you pulling up, man. And man, I meant to say, man, that last show you had with you, man, y'all was over there cooking, man. I was laughing. Me and my girl I think I had her watching the show too, man. You had a damn good show and a good panel too, man. Had a damn good panel up there. Salute the good brother KO, and salute to everybody in the building, man. But overall, man, he said Haney. Man, salute the dad, man. December 9th, man. He got Regis, man. I think he gonna win. I think he gonna beat Regis. I think he gonna beat him. I think he gonna be able to pull off a decision. You know, but I hope it's a very competitive, entertaining fight. You know what I'm saying? But I think he'll pull it off. I'm not rooting against him or anything like that. I don't have a dog in the race. I still believe in it being a 50-50 fight, especially if Regis is prepared to deal with Devin Haney. And I think he will be, best to his ability. So we'll see a good fight there. But just to wrap up, man, overall good card Saturday. But Mel, you got to understand that people was going to be pissed off about the lack of effort, bro. You can't come out there and piss the bed like that. You pissed and shit. You know what I'm saying? He did both. All these years he chose to fight the smaller Charlo. Right. 2 weight classes apart, or being inactive and off an injury, bro. You can't make this stuff up. Oh, and not to mention, this was the guy getting stripped of one of his belts the minute he got announced in the ring. So, you know what I mean? That's why I felt cash grab. This fight had cash grab written all over it. Then he turned around and said, the hell with legacy. It's all about money and big fights. He don't care about legacy no more. Bro, you just sold us on this fight being a legacy fight, and you undisputed this and putting on for lines, and then you lied and told us it was for the culture. This wasn't for the culture. This was for you. Earl Spence took an ass whooping for the culture. Earl Spence ass whooping was for the culture. He knew damn well he shouldn't have been at 47 that long. That ass whooping was a sacrifice for he got paid too, but he ain't do that. He went out there and still tried and got up each time he got knocked down and kept going until they said, hey, it's over. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, he got paid, but damn it, he ain't do that. I'll tell you that. He ain't do that. I mean, but it is what it is, man. Mel needs to start fresh at 160. I think so too, Roge. I think he need to leave 54 alone. I think you achieved the highest, you know what I mean? You climbed to the highest mountaintop that you could climb at 54, being undisputed. The fact that you are no longer that and saying you're not going to fight Tim Tszyu, who could potentially be the guy that has the other belt, I don't see what you will waste your time there for unless you can get Crawford in the ring, which I seriously doubt because he said he don't want to fight you. Disadvantage becomes Canelo advantage, all facts. And he sees that, Skills, and he sees that, he takes advantage of it. And that's what he used to his advantage, bro. He used it to his advantage. But man, salute to everybody, man. Y'all smash the like button for me on the way out, man. December 2nd, Ryan Garcia, Oscar Duarte. I hear Floyd Schofield is also on that undercard. And I'm hearing November 25th for Benavidez and Andrade. And I'm hearing, Jamal and Jose Benavidez is also on that card. I'm hearing Keith Thurman and I think Danny Garcia are both coming back in separate bouts on Floyd's exhibition card. I got to make sure. I got to double check that. But I got some information dropped in there. I got to definitely check and double check that. But I believe so. So both Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia is supposed to be having comeback fights. T.O. got a date slotted for February 10th, I believe it is. So we'll see who he come back and fight. But I heard the two names are Barboza and Jose Ramirez. I'd rather see Jose Ramirez. He got more pop. Think it'd be a better fight, more entertaining. But what do I know? But, man, appreciate everybody in the building. Andrew, great. Appreciate you. Miss Joette, you make sure you have a great evening as well, Queen. Salute to my family in the building. Much love, much appreciation to everybody in the super chats. Appreciate y'all, man. We be back tomorrow, 4 o'clock, to build on this boxing, man. So with that, man, y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night, and we out.